And hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are now here with another episode of Speakeasy Conspiracy with a lovely cast this evening. I hope everybody's having having a fun weekend so far. All right, so before we get into our intros and recapping of what happened, I would like to reiterate a couple of points. Speakeasy Conspiracy is in fact set in the Call of Cthulhu system, and it does touch upon some very heavy materials. While we here at the table have all safety tools in place, we do advise that if anything gets a little too heated for anyone involved, feel free to step away and come back when you're all set and ready to go. In particular, this game will cover things involving racism, drug and alcohol abuse, mental illness, religion, and a myriad of other issues, especially violence and fire. Knowing this group, lots and lots of fire. That being said, let's get right into things and get everybody reacquainted with our cast. And I already have two people who somehow managed to disappear.
Little Cass said she had to go get her Taco Bell, and Janie is right here.
Sorry, I had to get it. My mouse.
You said you had a lovely cast here tonight, so I assumed you had backups.
I can do Cass's intro for them. Hi, I'm Cass, or Yoda Almighty on all social media except Twitter. I only have Blue Sky. I play Tiffany. That's all I really know what Cass says. Ian has a much more fluid one that I know by heart.
Why don't you go ahead and get your own knocked out, and hopefully Cash will be back by the time we get there.
Okay, hi, I'm LC, or Optimistics on all social media. I won't spell it, it's right below me. I use she, they pronouns, and so does, well, Pip's only she, her right now, but probably she. And I play Pip, who's doing great. We're doing great, guys. We're fully recovered, no longer have a hole in my leg. Everything else is complete. I'm having a normal one, and I've had a normal one the last 6 months. I've had a normal one the last 3 years. Nothing wrong has ever gone on in my life. I'm completely normal. This is the biggest lie I've ever told in a TTRPG, and absolutely she's not doing fine. She's actually very angry at this event.
Alright, okay, and we're going to just go right in clockwise order, so Janie, if you would please.
Hi, I'm Janie. I'm Janie Potts 7575 or Janie Potts on social medias and places that I sign up for accounts and forget about them, so I probably won't update. I'm playing Hattie, who really hasn't done anything wrong to this cast at all. The hate.
Oh, that's right. I'm not mad at Hattie. You're right, Janie. I'm not mad at Hattie.
But Hattie does not have a normal life. She is a professor, so she's a doctor of archaeology. Is archaeology?
Archaeology, yeah.
Yeah, I know my character, I swear, who has spent the past 6 months learning voodoo and not interacting with anybody else, including her significant other.
That's my cue. I'm Kaylee. I play Hattie's significant other, Dot, in their very illegal relationship. And right now they are having a little bit of drama because Hattie up and disappeared for 5 months. They're dealing with that. It's a thing. Dot, of course, thinks she's done nothing wrong, and no one has any reason to be upset with her. Hey, you're the one that shot your friend.
Honestly, Kaylee, I won't lie. I will say that Cass and I have the most reason for everyone else to be angry at us because we have done the most significant amount of damage to this group by just existing. So if anyone's gonna be mad at people, it should be Pip and Tim.
You were so right, Bestie. You were so right.
I love that for you.
Thank you. Me too. I love being a little menace.
You are. Dot was just like, I'm gonna try and help Penelope and give her a better place to stay, and
I'm gonna steal your
totally
shit.
like, yeah, and Pip responded by being a little shit, but Dot's just rolling with it at this point.
I was manic at the time, to be fair.
And Dot also like deliberately put out her nice silver for Pip to steal.
That is true. That was a really kind and considerate thing to do. And I love this group very much. Thank you.
So, yeah, Dot's just here to do some spy shit, and, maybe deal with some undead. So,
Maybe.
that's mine. Maybe, yeah. Depending on how nice Shock's feeling.
Well, we did kind of give Cass a quick overview. Why don't we let Cass do her own intro real quick?
Elsie
Oh, yeah,
actually
I did.
pretty much nailed it. I don't usually have a
Oh, shit.
very complicated intro. I did get my Baja Blast despite DoorDash trying to fuck me over. Anyway, yeah, I am Yoda or Yoda Almighty. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I am Shockpoint Farrier, the keeper of the tonight's game, as well as the architect. Whatever titles you feel like giving me, I don't care. It's fine. But yeah. So that being said, if we remember last time we left off, there was a nice little auction going on with the recently dead. Yes. Double check my notes. I want to make sure I have the right information here. Yep. The recently dead possessions being auctioned off, and we had left off on a rather interesting item being up on the podium at the time. Now, as a quick refresher, there are several parties going on and involved here, and they all want different things out of this particular auction. Does everybody remember who asked for what?
No. Cass does. Cass probably wrote it down. Cass, please, knower of notes.
I just slammed back a taco. Hold on.
I was gonna. Never mind.
Okay, Dr. Alden, that bitch ass that we stole that statue from is here.
Oh shit. Everybody put your veils on, like in Ragnarok.
He's a lot of time in New Orleans from someone who should be attending to professorial duties back at Mixtonic.
Oh, right, he is Mr. Tonic. I was about to say we destroyed his college, and then I'm from.
No, he's from Mixotonic. He's from
Geo wants a couple books. I can't read my handwriting. Liber Yvonne's and De Vermis Mysterii. There's a recreation of the date with a hollow base and a jewelry box.
Yes, we need that, I think. Oh wait, no, we already did the box thing.
And then any notes we can find.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Hattie drank blood last episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hattie did drink blood last episode. I did not forget that. It's in bold in my notes. I was getting there.
Just been more.
Unhinged episode we've had in a while.
It could have just
Like,
been no.
It's fine.
The
Yeah, so
consistency and description.
I think it's the 3 books, any notes, the statue, and the jewelry box. That's what I've got written down.
For Geo. There's another party
Geo.
who wanted something out of this auction, remember?
What I remember, because I am too cool to take notes and forget things like a cool person. So as I remember, mostly I'm just supposed to try and, like, anything of supernatural importance, but try and get the house at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the deed to the house.
The deed.
That is.
The house is deed. The deed to the house.
No, not deed.
That.
I did write it down. I just stuck it in a margin and didn't like circled it and then just didn't read that part.
But yes, like I said, there was a rather interesting item already up on the podium for auction, and it is not a silent auction, so bidding has already begun. And who would like to remind our audience what is currently up?
Something that none of us should really buy, even though I really, really wanna.
Had he bid on it, he doesn't have $5.
It's the King in Yellow.
That's right, it's my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend is a play?
My boyfriend is the King in Yellow. Ever since Impossible Landscapes, Doc knows. Doc knows that I love the King. I don't have a particular reason, I just...
Fair enough. But do you also remember the stipulations for whoever wins the auction?
You must perform it within a year. Yeah.
Also, the bidding starts at $500, which in today's money is like almost $9,000.
That's not bad. I got that.
It's not bad. That's pretty cheap.
To be fair, Penelope does have that. She just doesn't have that.
Wait, 9,000 in Canadian?
No, USD.
Okay, just checking.
No, Hattie does not have. You should not be bidding on anything.
Everybody just call my
broke.
dad's bank. We'll have the money. Because I have a great and excellent relationship with my family at this point in time.
Because it's not like you've been pretending you're dead and fleeing from the law for the past 3 years.
Oh, I have not pretended I've been dead. That is... Everybody knows I'm alive, and my family full on thinks I committed murders, which apparently I did. Nobody thought I'm not dead.
Stage 3 consideration phase.
It's Shock, listen, look at me, Shock. Shockington. Shock, my good friend. Look at me. And
I've heard worse.
And you know how I like to run my mouth, and although I am a year older, I am not a year wiser. So please do not take anything that comes out of my mouth into consideration. Thank you.
It's advanced to a stage 4 consideration phase.
Look, I'll just marry Timothy right now, and then I'll have his money. And okay, we're not gonna even. I'm gonna stop talking. Anyways, this is really a great episode so far. I hope everybody's having a good time. I'm gonna start crying like right now.
But yes, while this auction is going on, and we're going to have that running in the background, if I'm not mistaken, one of our leading ladies here had wandered off on their own. Alright. So, let's see, Pip, what exactly are you doing as you are wandering these halls? What are you looking for? What are you after?
I don't remember what I was after. That's the thing. The great thing to do is forget what your whole goal was as a character. I know in my heart, I know that Pip was doing like recon, like of analysis of the situation in the house and stuff, and like what can she find. I remember. I was trying to find the room where all the artifacts were being held. That was it. I'm trying to pull an Ant-Man. I'm gonna heist this heist. That was it.
All right.
It's not funny, Shock. It's a good idea.
Oh no, trust me.
Nothing could go wrong.
Trust me, I have ran a heist of a heist.
Yeah.
We are all going to die, so that's fun.
This is how the fire started. This is exactly what happened last time we were all together in a building, and certain parties stepped away to go find something else. It was me.
God,
and then we burned it down.
We did also burn down the house where Timmy Tim was hiding, didn't we?
Oh shit, we did do that.
Yeah, you guys seem to have a track record.
Wait.
The only time we didn't burn something down was the hotel, but Dot wasn't with us. So, it seems to be...
Hold on. No, Cass, no. We didn't burn down the house that Timmy was in. That was Rob.
So
the house got burnt down. It wasn't specifically us doing the burning.
I'm seeing that you all have a problem with fire.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
yeah. We're the fire
also
hazard because we're so hot.
Pip and Tiffany's apartments have burnt down.
You all have a serious problem with fire.
Hang on.
No.
Hang on.
Pip's apartment has not burned down.
What?
Mm-mm. No. Pip's apartment hadn't burned down. My brothers live in that building.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought they were in the same building. So,
No.
so wait.
And to be fair,
All this.
to be fair, in Tiffany's defense, Tiffany was not home and was exclusively not her fault.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I set one fire. One.
Yeah, but the group managed to set that fire twice.
So I want to find out what a fire extinguisher was invented and have my character carry one around.
Yeah. What is the state of shock? Just because I think this is my first historical request of the episode. What was the fire department like at this time?
It's the brigade. It's the people who bring the fucking
It's buckets. Yeah,
I think it's buckets. I don't think we have pressurized fire hydrants.
Oh no!
at this
Oh,
point.
we do.
Wait, is the Triangle Shirt Factory happened yet?
I think so.
Okay, then yeah, we definitely do, and fire escapes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check.
But this is also
And
a
fire
private
code.
home that is probably pushing 100 years old.
Oh.
No fire state, but
It's
there
like-
might be a fire hydrant outside.
No. Is this like plantation type
This is a dry rotted old ass house in New Orleans. This
no,
thing
I'm
is
trying
kindling.
to ask if it's separated from if it's an old plantation house, so it's further
Oh, it's
back.
definitely an old plantation style.
So there's definitely no fire hydrants anywhere near this place.
How about we just not burn it down? But wait, who am I talking to? Never mind.
Jamie, this whole discussion is because 90% of the shit that we burned down has not been intentional. It's not like we're trying to,
Yeah.
so we can't not
Only-
try to do something. If we
Only
haven't tried to
one
do it in the
of
first
the
place.
fires set the first episode was on purpose.
The reason
And
that
that's
we've
the
gone-
one I set.
Yeah.
The reason we've been playing this campaign a year and have only made it through maybe a quarter of Shock's plan is because we go on these long tangents of whose fault is it? Why is it our fault? What did we do? And also historical and medical inaccuracies. And I think that's just really great. I think it's
I love it. This is beautiful. And I am fucking
We've
here for
already established that this game is technically a study aid for historians and medical students.
You're so right. So right, bestie.
our public service. Okay. Back to the point.
Back to the point. So, yes, Pip, you are wandering the halls trying to figure out where they're holding all of the goods. So, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, you had made it up to the second story, if I'm not mistaken.
I
believe
don't
you
know,
had.
but I'll say yes.
I will double check later and retcon as needed. We are going to save from here forth, however, you had made it to the second floor.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Wrong book. Okay, so, Alright, you do find yourself, after one of the halls a bit of this old style house. There are still a few paintings here and there hanging up on the walls, but much of the surface does have outlines of where many of the artwork had been taken down. Several of the rooms have been closed off, others still open, the furniture covered in drop cloth and dust. However, after a bit more wandering, at the end of the hall, not too far away from the central staircase, where you can even still hear the auction going off in the distance, you do find a set of double doors that stand apart from many of the other entry and exit ways to this hall. There's no one around. The large, opaque, oaken structures are sealed shut by lock and key. A padlock, by chance. I can quickly give it to you that the padlock is of a much newer installation than the door itself. Seems like this was installed pretty much last minute and hastily.
I want to pick it.
All right.
What I was made for, baby.
Okay, I do believe that would be considered the locksmith skill. So if you would give me
Sure.
that test.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Shock. I will do that, and I will pass it, and I will do this lock picking. And let's see if I get under my. I did not get under my half, but I will spend. What is that? 3 luck to get to my half. So
Okay, well, that is a
that's my half score.
resounding success. You just need to get to your original score. I did not ask for a half, but
Well, I think it'd be a little bit more cool if I did.
fair enough. You can spend your luck however you see fit. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, thank you, Shock.
But yes, the padlock pops open under your expert hands, and the door is now free. It's up to...
But go ahead.
Okay. So, heavy doors, it takes a little bit of effort to open. However, thankfully, the hinges have been freshly oiled, and they make no sound. Inside is a rather large room. From the shelves built into the walls and various decor still here. This may have been like a secondary library or an office space on the second floor that has been hastily converted into storage. You have in fact found where they have been holding the vast majority of the smaller items. There are boxes and crates and artwork scattered about the room in haphazard manner. But everything seems to be set up for easy access in case for the auction to come. Like I said, this is the small items. Smaller furniture, artwork, books, what have you, have been gathered here.
Okay. I'm gonna start going through it. Carefully going through
Okay.
it. Like if I move something, I put it back where it was so it doesn't look like.
Alright. Oh, I'm gonna go for what my note says. Give me a luck check.
Hey, what the fuck, Chuck? I just spent luck. That's not funny. This is so rude.
It's kind
Oh,
of
no. That's a 24. That's a success.
Alright. So you dig around, and there's some trinkets here and there that catch your eye. A locket here, a couple rings there, a small portrait of the old man himself from about 20 years ago. And then you find a small box made out of stained walnut. It's not too big. It's about a good 2 feet wide, about 6 inches tall, and another foot deep. Fairly decently sized. It's a bit heavy in the hand, though. And it is further locked with a very ornate sealing mechanism built into it.
Okay. Wait, ornate sealing mechanism. Are you trying to tell me that it's like
padlock, like those
Like-
ones
like
that
trap?
There is a keyhole. It has a engraved metal plate with filigree and a fleur-de-lis. Further examination, you do note that on the bottom of the box, carved into it in neat lettering, is S and W.
S like in or and sign?
And signed.
Like a gun?
Maybe.
God is the cold. Got a supernatural. Funny joke. Anyway. Okay, I want to pick that lock too.
Okay. Give me another locksmith.
Hey. I want to. What is pushing it mean again?
So if you were to push a roll, you get a second chance, but it may come at some cost. I'm guessing you did not pass.
No, I got a 95. You know, yeah, let's push it.
Fuck it, we ball.
Okay, I will, before you roll, you already rolled, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What is it? What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I was going to say that by pushing it, if you pass or fail, you will break whatever you're using for lockpicks. Any further locksmith checks until you get them replaced, no matter what tool you use, will be at a penalty, a very severe penalty. What did you roll?
I passed. Rolled a 40. Under 66.
But yeah, you've ruined your lockpicks.
Valid and fair.
All right, so you pop it open. Inside is a ornate and clearly well cared for revolver made of a black material. Of note, the barrel seems to be designed as like some sort of twisting hexagon style.
Wait, say that again?
So-
Ornate.
Ornate, black metal.
It's a gun.
It is a gun. The barrel itself, however, is like a hexagonal cylinder that has been twisted on itself. So it has six spiraling lines going down the barrel.
I want to take the gun.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shut it. And do I have to use my lockpicks to lock it back? Or I the lock on its own?
It does not lock on its own.
Alright. I'm still going to take the gun. And I'm going to leave the box.
Okay.
But I want to search the box first.
All right.
For anything else. Any like thing engraved on the inside that means that I should warn me to take the box with me.
So no, there's nothing engraved inside the box that would probably tip that off to you. However, the interior of the box is lined in a rich red velvet, and underneath the gun where it was sitting is a motif of a kraken. Also, for all intents and purposes, you should treat the gun that you had just picked up as a .44 Magnum revolver.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just take the gun, leave the box right where I left it closed.
Okay. And just so you are aware of what that means, game terms.
Mhm.
If you hit something with a shot from that damn thing, it does 1d10 plus 1d4 plus 2 damage.
Cool.
So you have a good chance of one-shotting any of us, I think.
Oh no, that would one shot any of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
What a
have
shame that the most stable
I have
person in this
11
party-
hit points. Are you kidding me?
I have 10. Yeah, you're I'm so glad that the most stable character got this weapon.
Guys, I've never, you know me.
Yeah, I do.
I do,
Now,
and it doesn't
I-
make me
I-
confident.
in
I
my life.
do have to mention, you did not find any ammunition inside the box.
Okay.
Do you do proper gun safety and check the gun?
Yeah, because I was taught during my downtime about like half a year ago, not like the last 5 months, but the last 5 months before that when we had an extended period of downtime by Dolph how to use a gun. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I actually have points in handgun because of him.
So, congratulations. You now are fully aware that there's only one shell inside the carousel of the gun.
Hey Tiff, you want to play Russian roulette?
Look, I have never wanted any item more in my life than this gun. Out of this game. I have an 80 in handgun. Please give me gun.
No, you shot me, Cassidy. You shot me. You made your bed, and you're gonna sleep in it.
I was
now, 'cause I'm not
insane
giving you
at
this
the
fucking
time.
bed.
I was
No,
literally
Bestie.
mechanically insane.
Bestie,
That is
gotta
so far this
fix-
episode that someone has used I was temporarily insane as
it's
reason.
Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah,
It is a valid excuse in the system.
that's true.
Fix your shit with Pip, and we'll see. Gotta fix your shit.
Oh, I'll fix you.
All right. Oh my. All right, here we go.
But yes, you have
What else can I find in here?
Okay. Is there anything in particular that you would like to have found?
Yeah. Do they have the King in Yellow downstairs? Or
Yes,
they
it
just
is
announced
currently on the podium being actively auctioned off right now.
Okay. I am looking for. Yes, actually, I am looking for books. And because like the last library check I had didn't really give me any information I need, but given that this is a auction of like magic and like esoteric items, I definitely am looking for stuff that would give me any clues to like what I was interested before all of this shit happened, like anything that'll help me with whatever situation I'm dealing with myself in.
Okay, so instead of library use, seeing that this entire thing has been stripped and scattered, it no longer qualifies as a library, I will ask for a spot hidden instead.
That's a 50.
Okay, and your spot hidden is obviously above a 50.
70.
Hmm?
70. Got it.
Yep. Okay. So you flip through everything, and buried underneath some ancient-looking manuscripts and maybe one or two first printings of some Shakespearean play or something. You don't know. You probably also don't care. Let's see. Where are the books? Here we go. Okay. All right. You do find a set of papers. Well, it's hard to describe them as papers, more like well-preserved vellum. bound together in a folder underneath those plays and whatnot. It looks like it was written by an ancient hand, but in the margins and spaces, there has been English translation scribbled onto it. Most of it does not make any sense to you, seeing that it speaks of random things and places only seen in dreams. But you do feel compelled to take these texts with you.
I am going to take them, and I am going to not read them now, but I will. The gun is like in my waistband, and these are like also along. You know how you sometimes like stick things in your waistband, and then you put your shirt over them, and then you tuck your shirt back in when you're trying to hide something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how those are hidden. So like I'm not carrying them around. I'm going to secure them to like myself via my pants waistband and hide them under my shirt.
Okay. Alright. I believe that is going to be everything you can find in a very short period of time. Any further, you may have to spend more time in here, and the auctioneers may come in at any point. Do you wish to keep looking for stuff, or do you want to take your findings and keep moving?
Given the way that you said that, Shock, I think I'm going to take my findings and keep moving. And when I exit this room, what I unlocked when I entered the room was a padlock, so I will shut the door and relock the padlock. You just have to click.
Yeah.
Looks like nobody's been in there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Knox was about to knock something off my desk.
Let him cook.
No.
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 So mean.
But, okay. You safely get out of the room and lock it behind you. And as far as you can tell, no one is the wiser.
That sure is a phrase you just said. As far as you can tell. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, with all this in hand, where does Pip go now?
What's the layout of the floor I'm on?
So, like I said, you are on the second story, which covers most of the house itself. There's a couple floors above you that are smaller in scope, but you would imagine are probably more so for bedrooms and such. This floor seems to be a mix of bedrooms and studies and sitting areas than anything. While the floor below, the main floor, housed the eatery, kitchen, gathering places, and the main library. Like I said, it is a older style even in this time period. So narrow halls that go for quite a while and look back on themselves a lot.
I will. Who owned this house again? Whose house was this?
Okay. Let me double check my notes here. I want to say Harkin was the family name.
It was Franklin Louis Claremont.
Ah, thank you. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong name. Harkin was somebody else. Yes. Claremont, the last of his family line, no heirs, and all of that. His family has been in the area for quite some time.
Have they already gone through and done like the last will and testament stuff and gone through his shit?
They are auctioning off his estate. Yes, they've already done the last will and testament stuff.
Did they go through a study and stuff and take all of his stuff? I'm trying to figure out if it's worth it for me to go through his shit. Because there's absolutely no karma related to going through a dead person.
Depends on the culture. There might be some karma for going through some.
No, I was literally the sarcasm. The sarcasm was so real there. This is the worst decision you could possibly make in a dead person's house. But you know, I didn't know him. Pip doesn't care.
I mean, given the fact that he is, well, Pip would be vaguely aware, I guess, of him being strongly connected with the mafia. So a lot of his probably more important things might not be so easily found.
Okay.
So yeah, it might always be worth it to go through his private study and bedroom, just knowing the off chance they missed something.
Yeah, I'll do it. Unless it's locked, then I'm fine. Nothing.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, so you proceed to go on and make your way to the next floor above, where the master bedroom and the main study would probably be, given the layout of the house. Okay. If you don't mind, give me a quick stealth check.
53.
Okay, I do not have your character sheet right in front of me at the moment. I'm going to assume that's a pass.
I also have a 70 in stealth.
Right, because that makes perfect sense. Okay, so you make your way up, quiet, and yeah, as quietly as a church mouse, and okay, you do notice that this floor seems to be colder than you expect. Maybe not so much in temperature, but atmosphere. It's more stark and bland in its, let's say, decor. Even though much of the more expensive pieces have long since been taken down, there's not so many outlines on the wall where paintings used to be. There's not so many hooks for them to hang from. The color choices are simpler, less saturated. The wood is not as polished or well-fitting on this floor. And even though the master of the house is recently dead, there seems to be a fine layer of dust and cobwebs on everything that remains. Almost as though there has not been many who have came to this floor in quite some time.
Weird, considering. How? Well, I guess if no one's been around here in quite some time, it really wouldn't matter if I disturbed cobwebs. Okay, yeah, study. I want to go in the study. And I'm going to ignore the fact that nobody has been around here and treat it as a blessing, I guess, or maybe a likelihood I'll find something else.
Alright. So you make your way, checking doors, navigating your way through the winding halls. It doesn't take you long to find the study. The door left it open and ajar. The room is just as cold and dust covered as the rest of the floor. However, on the desk there is a haphazard stack of papers, and the window has the window behind it has the curtains drawn closed tight. While the rest of the floor could be described as cold, this room would be described as cold and dark.
Okay. I can still see though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's start with the desk then.
All right. Like I said, it is covered in a haphazard amount of papers. There are shipping orders and family trees and random notes scattered all over the thing. Doesn't really make much sense at first glance. But if you want to search it, go right on ahead. And I'm going to ask, what exactly are you going to be searching for, and how are you going to search?
Anything that looks, I guess, weird or interesting, like something that would catch your eye and you're like, oh, that's off. Because this is more of his personal stuff, so I don't think she's looking for anything like specific. Like it's not like a book or a library. It's just I'm going through some guy's stuff like any, everyday thief would. And I would say for, less careful than she was with the auctioneer stuff, but still like the methodicness of a thief. And also Penelope is a pretty neat person in general, and it was before all of this, so it's not gonna be like I'm throwing shit around. Also, hold on a second, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. I can roll first. Hold on. That's a 46. If you were gonna have me roll spot hidden.
I was going to have you roll a spot hidden, so that's good.
Okay.
And I know your spot hidden was like, what, 70-something?
70.
70, okay. Alright, so, you search
I
through
can
the
still hear.
deck.
Just 1 second. So sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. Just want to give a quick shout out to Valderad for the follow. Thank you. Welcome. Glad to have you. Alright. So while we wait for Elsie to get back, why don't we... we are playing Call of Cthulhu. Well, why don't we snap back to the rest of the party at the auction itself? So, if I remember correctly, Hattie had put in a bid knowing full well she couldn't pay for the starting 500.
She's a bit intoxicated, so she's probably saying or doing things she shouldn't be doing, including bidding.
Which is perfectly fine. Alright, so yes, you do get a small little bidding war started. Professor Alden does chip in here and there, but he doesn't seem to be all that interested in acquiring the item. It slowly climbs up in value, back LC, and it's starting to push closer to about $850 at this point. Does anybody want to take a look to see who the current front runner is, or put in a bid themselves, try and get their hands on this?
How bad does Alden want it? He said he's not really that interested.
Not really. Also, Kaylee, I think you're muted because I did not hear what you just said.
Sorry, I was sneezing, so I figured that bit. I don't want to put in a bid, but I would like to know who the front runner is.
Okay.
And if they're Russian.
They are not Russian, as far as you can tell.
Okay. German?
No, I don't think they seem to. They don't strike you as German.
Are they French?
They might be French.
Oh, fuck them.
That's fine. Not French.
It's Louisiana. What's wrong with the French here?
Yeah.
Do you want me to make a list?
Yes, actually. I want to see how long it
Okay.
takes.
Oh, okay. Well, so this is 1923, right? So, they are actively being anti-Semitic. They are actively antagonizing people for World War I. So we're going to end up with World War II because they're being bitch asses. If we go back to the Louisiana Purchase, that was a money grab so that Napoleon could go try and invade Russia. Let's see. What else do you want? I can keep going. They mismanaged New Orleans as a colony so badly that they were able they wanted to offload it to the Americans. Andrew Jackson invaded it so easily. Let's see. What else do you?
I think we're good. Once again, this does serve as a study aid for historical students.
Well, Dot has no problem with the French, as long as they're not German or Russian. You're muted, Elsie. I don't know what you said.
Okay. So, like I said, there is a small contingent of foreign nationals. They strike Dot as particularly Central Europeanish, more or less French.
Fine with the French, as long as they're, not German or Russian, mostly.
You are aware that Tiffany is Germanic?
Yeah, but she's American.
That level of nationalism
never
hasn't
claim that.
hit yet.
Tiffany would never claim. She is German and Creole. Thank you.
That level of national pride has not hit America yet.
Not on a mass scale, but, Dot worked for the government, I figure.
Oh.
Dot just, doesn't want it to go to anyone she potentially came face to face with or sparred with during World War. She just doesn't want anyone from the Great War to get something potentially useful to her.
You're aware that the French were on our side in World War I, right?
Yeah, that's why I said she's fine with them.
Okay.
She's fine with them. It is Tiff that has a problem with the French, so.
Fair enough. Okay. Alright. So, like I said, the French contingent seemed to be the first to put in a new bid whenever somebody outside of the little group of 3 or 4 tried to outbid them. And like I said, it's currently sitting at about $850, maybe $900 at this point.
Dot would like to move over to Hattie and step on her toe if she goes
Then I'm
to
gonna raise
outbid.
my auction thing if you do that.
We have 900. Can I get 925? 925. And the French do pick back up. All right, 925 to the
cake if you stop. We can't afford this.
says the one who has government backing.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry. Actually, you know what? Fucking go ahead. Dot's like, whatever. Dot will make the army perform this play.
God,
Oh,
that's
that'll
literally
go.
the best
Okay,
idea.
there we go. They perform it, and the stock market crashes 6 years from now.
Oh
You know-
shit!
Full credit. A great American stock market crash. Bring on the play. Go ahead, Janie.
I mean, this.
I mean, Hattie's not going to stop, but when she does see Dot, she will. She's going to try to put her arm around.
Okay, here's my question. Does Hattie give Dot puppy dog eyes?
Yes.
Dot withdraws her objection.
I think Tiffany at this point will wander over and just pull Hattie's arm down. Trust me, Dr. Jackson, you do not want that one.
And then Dot will say, "Oh, don't worry, I was going to give it to the army."
Fine. And Tiffany will wander back away.
But I do appreciate it.
All right.
Sorry, Hattie's having fun with this because of the little bidding wars that happen whenever she bids.
So we're going to speed this along, and I'm going to just ask: at what point would Hattie stop bidding on this?
When Dot tells her to.
When would Dot tell Hattie to stop bidding on this?
Prop 11 to 1100.
Okay. Let's see. Where will the French stop on the bidding war? Alright. It starts to climb up. It reaches 1075. The French are huddled together talking. The auctioneer is about to start doing the final countdown.
Dot suddenly I please no more. I have to buy a house.
Can we have a garden?
We have a garden at my house. This is for my employer. But yes, if we can move in here, you can have a larger garden.
Okay. And Hattie will stop.
As you agree to that, the French do put in one final bid, pushing it up to 1100. The auctioneer goes once, twice, and the gavel comes down. It is sold for $1,100 on the dot.
Don't look at me. So
Hattie is
what will that
probably-
be in today's money?
A little over 20 mil.
I just put it in chat. It's
20 grand.
$19,504.08.
It's not too bad.
So my drunk professor got the bidding war started on that. He got the people to waste $19,000.
All right. With that done and set aside, they move on to the next item. It is of little importance to the overall story, but this is a good opportunity for us to snap back over to LC and what Pip found. So, Pip, in your searching of Claremont's desk, you do find something rather interesting. One of the bottom drawers, you note, has a false bottom. It is much shallower than it should have been.
Okay. Yeah, let me lift that shit. He got carefully. Care of a thief. Duck. Being cautious.
Okay. When you lift up the lid to the false bottom, you are the first thing you see is a small collection of dusty, empty vials. Some broken, some not. What of interest is there is this slight fluorescent, maybe not fluorescent would be the right word, iridescent film on some of the vials remaining.
One more time. Repeat that one more time.
Empty vials fill the cavity underneath the false bottom. Some broken, some not. Many of them bear a iridescent film on their interior.
Interesting. That's it? Just the vials?
I mean, you could ruffle through and see if you can find anything else in there.
Yeah, I would like to do that, and I want to put the vials in my pocket.
Hey, Raiders.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Part of crowd. Hello. Welcome,
Yeah,
everyone.
Hi. Thank you for the raid.
That is
I
a
love these.
lot of reptilian
love
emotes
dinosaurs.
going on here.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the perfect stream for reptilian emotes.
Oh god damn it! Here we go.
He's not even in this episode.
Not yet. You think I won't summon him?
I'm kind of glad that cell phones haven't been invented yet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically you are correct, but there's nothing to stop me from bringing the yet then.
A what? Is that thing from Baldur's Gate?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. Well, there's some parallels.
I know that thing's a mind flayer.
And I'm just loving Cass just breaking.
Yep. I hate you. Don't do it. Don't do it. I've never done anything to deserve this. Don't do it.
Please don't
Look,
bring
they're
mind
not
flayers
that
into
bad. They just borrow your body for a while.
ever turn you into a mind flayer or try and take over the cosmos.
Look, they shunt your mind into an artificial body sometime in the far future. You'll be fine.
But like reverse weeping angels?
Yes.
I'll let the monster fuckers take this one.
The monster fucker does not want this one.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, look, if you want cell phones of the 1920s, that's kind of what you have to bring in.
No. What's in this false bottom with this iridescent stuff?
Well, after some rifling through, actually, before I give this to you, I will ask for another luck check.
Okay, Sean. No, it's a 9. Not even nice. Bad luck check.
Wait, what was that? I didn't hear.
The 90 something. I'm not even gonna roll the second dice. That's twice as much as luck I have normal.
Right. So, as you're rifling through, you do get a bit nicked.
Hmm?
You get nicked on some of the broken glass. It doesn't bleed much, but
I just got infected with a virus, y'all. I'm about to die. I'm gonna become an eldritch
And
creature.
you
This one's
left a
not-
blood trace in a house
Yeah, do I
full
notice
of
it?
magicians.
oh yeah, you definitely notice it.
Can I like can I clean up my own blood?
Sure, you can clean up your own blood. That I'm not going to stop you from doing that. However, of note is you do find one intact, still full bottle.
Yeah, take that too.
Hey, drink it!
So,
No!
inside this small vial is a liquid, you suppose. It moves weird, and it seems to be made of a kaleidoscope of colors.
Okay. Weird. I don't know what this is. I don't know what anything is. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna drink it, Cass. Yeah, I know you just told me to drink it, but I'm not going to. Oh, that was Kaylee. Oh, I'm gonna blame Cass for it anyways. Anyways, I take it I take it, I clean up my blood. I also, is there like I don't know, like a rag or like a towel or something I can use to like tie up whatever my finger.
I just love that Cass is getting
We'll blame Cass
the
for everything
blame
for the
for
next
my
2
bad
days.
ideas. This can keep happening.
I'm just gonna blame Cass for everything for the next 2 days. It's fine. Deserved. Yeah, so yeah. Take the vial. I'm not opening it. I'm not smelling it. I'm not drinking it. I'm just taking everything as fast as I can, cleaning up my blood, and tying off the cut if it needs to be, or I don't know, maybe it.
It is a very small cut on like the side of your finger.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So, taking everything as fast as I can, leaving no trace.
Right. So, as you are cleaning up, I am going to ask for a quick occult check.
Alright, baby, I passed the 20 mark on this. You can do it. You can do it, baby. Oh shit. My dice got. Alright, different dice then. Oh. I gotta use my calculator, hold on. I'm gonna
Wait,
spend
really?
17 luck. Yeah, I'm gonna spend 17
Oh,
luck.
no, I'm talking about chat. I'm not on the flow chart?
Okay, y'all, I have to get
Sorry,
this chat.
Shock. Sorry, Shock.
I mean, I
That's
know
true,
I
that is
usually
true.
try to fly under the radar, but I can start some shit.
That is true.
Come on, join us on the chart, Shock. Let's go.
I didn't do fucking shit. Anyways, I'm spending 17 luck, Shock.
Join us on the
Okay.
chart.
So, I mean, congrats, you passed the occult check. You are, as you are cleaning up and putting putting everything back right where it was to the best of your ability, you get the strange, unnerving feeling of eyes on you. It is only for a moment before the sensation passes.
That's not better.
Not. I'm out. That's it. That gut feeling Pip has, like, okay, it's getting too dangerous. She knows that feeling very well from, like, stealing people's shit for the last few years and getting in and out of places. And once you get that feeling, it's time to go. I'm gonna head back downstairs.
All right. So, you are going to make your way back downstairs. I'm giving you a lot of checks, but you're doing a lot of stuff, so I'm going to ask for another stealth check.
That's a pass.
Okay.
Barely, but it is.
So you successfully make it back downstairs unobserved, to the best of your knowledge at least.
Hey, stop using phrasing like that, Shock.
It's Call of Cthulhu. It kind of comes with the territory.
I want to know whose eyes those.
Alright, so you make it back downstairs and you slip into, I'm assuming you slip back into the crowd of the auction, correct?
Shadows. I'm looking from the.
From the
I'm
shadow.
standing I'm like not in the direct area of people bidding. It's more of like a wallflower.
Okay, so when you get down, they are pulling out the next major item of the auction. All right, and next up on the list tonight, we have this recreation of the famous David statue. It has been in the Claremont family holdings for the good long while, and it was expertly crafted by local artisans. As such, we are going to start the bidding off at a nice, fair, and reasonable $50.
Tiffany puts her paddle up. 100.
There's a smattering of competition. It slowly climbs up, but everybody seems to be immediately scared off by the instant doubling you just did.
Also, I'm fairly recognizable, and I'm looking a little scarier than usual these days.
101.
You, like, Hattie, like, Tiffany will dead-eye you from across the room and then look at Dot and just go.
Dot puts her hand, suddenly puts her hand protectively on Hattie's arm and cocks her head questioningly, like, you need this?
No, but 101.
No, she's looking at Tiffany.
Okay.
Let her have this one, dear.
And I'll just go 150.
The auctioneer is a bit thrown off and is like, 150? Do we have any takers? Can we go any higher? 150. 150. Going once. Twice. Sold.
Cool.
Hattie just rolled bids. I'm sorry, she just does that.
Oh, I know. That's why he was just like,
All right.
bestie, don't.
Yeah. Sold to the lovely lady with
Sorry.
the interesting hairstyle.
And that will get the auctioneer dead-eyed.
All right, moving on to the next item.
Dot will at this point approach Tiffany and says, my, I'm surprised he doesn't know your name.
No, my name doesn't usually go in other people's mouths unless they're screaming it for whatever reason.
I didn't ask about your personal life.
Usually begging for their lives.
My, you must have had a rough 6 months. Well, I do have a fruitcake for you back at the place.
You say that, and she just looks at you like, did you not notice the very obvious physical changes that have happened? Like her eye is black. Like,
Oh, she noticed. She's just like, can't talk about it now. Anything else that you are after in particular? I don't.
Nothing I'd plan to tell you, Dot.
And yet you want me to work with you on it.
No, I just wanted you to stop me from having to come take Hattie's paddle out of her hands. She deserves to have a little fun, but not when I need something.
Oh, I would think that's exactly what she does. You're not spending your own money on this.
Why not?
Because you wouldn't bargain so easily if you were.
You don't know me that well, Dot.
Am I wrong?
This one's for me.
Enjoy. But again, I'm not your enemy unless you make me.
You aren't, but I still don't want whatever I do ending up reported to people.
And don't try and destroy the city and we'll be fine.
When have I ever tried to destroy this city? Pretty sure we had that argument, and I talked about how we were going to work around that. If you'll excuse me, there's something else coming up. And she
Yes.
will just fully ignore you. She's
No,
not
she
gonna.
walked away. She walked away
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
You didn't hear
Yeah.
her back with you when you were saying
Yeah.
we had that argument.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we are going to start walking through Mr. Claremont's literary collection, more so than earlier. And on the first item, we have this treatise by the name of Der Hexenhammer.
Just hammer? Really?
The witches, the hammer,
The Hammer of Witches. That
the
is,
hammer
yeah.
of witches. That's
Yeah.
I'm used to the Latin title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why isn't it
Malleus
German? I'm
Maleficarum.
confused. Yeah. Why is the title in German?
Because
I
it's
know
the German translation.
I'm good. I probably have like several translations at home.
Yes, so this is a recent translation and reprinting. According to our information, this has been released as of 1906. It was a recent addition to Mr. Claremont's collection, and it is in very good quality. However, all that being said, it is not a very unique item. There are many printings, and as such, we will start the bidding rather low at $10.
10:01.
I'm gonna raise my paddle and say 12. Not 10:01, dear. 11. You meant 11.
So we have a bid for $12. $12. And then, Dot, you see a rather decrepit looking hand raise up their paddle.
I follow it to look at the person.
It is an older gentleman. And what makes it rather surprising is you've recognized the officer uniform that he's currently wearing. And it's not American.
If anyone's watching, Dot's mask like falls away for a second, her normal cheerful that, and you see she is just cold as ice. And like pure hatred flashes through her eyes.
You shocked? Do I know this uniform?
It is of a Austrian style.
Yeah.
From early World War One.
Does he look alive?
He looks like he shouldn't be.
Does Dot recognize this person?
You have a strong suspicion that yes, this is a rather familiar face. A bit older than you would have expected it to be. And again, you also expect it to be half rotten by now.
Dot is, Hattie, you would notice Dot is literally shaking. And her hand is going to her gun.
Hattie's going to say $20. And then kind of make her way towards that guy if Dot doesn't like stop her.
No! Dot rushes in front of her, like Dot fully on. And her hand is like, she hasn't drawn it yet, but her hand is fully on her weapon. Let's not. So she'll go ahead. Let's not make a scene, shall we? If I put a bullet through you right now, would you die?
it didn't work the first time, why would it work the second? You seem to be doing well.
You seem to be feeling far better than you are. I ended you.
A temporary setback.
What are you doing here?
Collecting some literature. Come now, are you really that upset? The war is over. We are no longer enemies.
With what you have done, you are everyone's enemy. I'm amazed that your own side hasn't hung you as a disgrace to the uniform.
Oh, they
What
tried.
did they try? This time I will make sure that there are no pieces left. You killed as many of them, of yours, as you did ours.
Well, I will look forward to our sparring matches again. By the way, have you gotten any better at chess?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you gotten any better at chess?
I do think I have. Though. And she just breaks a little further. Was it you? Did you kill Frank?
No, I don't believe I killed the Archbishop, the Archduke. No, it was not my hand that fired the shot.
Dot, literally steps up next to him, like close enough that she can hide it, and does a vicious punch to his side.
That would hurt if I still had that kidney.
You are not going to leave here. I swear it.
Oh? And what are you willing to sacrifice to make that happen? If I do recall, you had a trouble sacrificing your queens in our matches. And he pointedly looks at Hattie.
Dot pulls her gun. She tried to be quiet about it, but she has it pressed up against the base of his spine.
This is why we set houses on fire. We escalate shit like this.
Look! I
Hey,
can't
Scott.
believe that.
Can I have signaled to Dolph, who if I remember correctly, was posted up on the other side of the room to go assist Hattie? He knows Hattie. They get along.
I love Hattie.
Yeah, can Hattie hear what's going on? Or
Uh,
did you go away from Hattie?
From the way it describes, you had walked up first and then Dot
Okay.
came up. So you probably would have heard all of that.
Okay. And can I probably can't tell what's going on with this person. And I doubt I could just reach up and grab some of his hair.
But yes, so currently, as a quick refresh for everybody, Dot has I'm assuming discreetly, pulled her
Yeah.
gun and pressed it up against the spine of this man, who is wearing a Austrian officer's uniform, who, as far as Dot is concerned, should be long since dead.
yeah. And he threatened Hattie.
Yeah, that's why she's
Yeah,
considering.
Dot's like, so Dot was, it might not kill you, but I believe that your body still needs your spine to walk, yes?
You can test that assumption at your leisure.
Just about ready.
Dot is going to look and see if she can make eye contact with Tiff.
She's not looking at you. She's looking at her brother, who is, you know, the 6'4" big boy, wandering up to diffuse this situation. And by that I mean drag an old bitch out so he can be shot outside.
Dot is just really like, she's like, I don't have a knife, and this is her thought process. I don't have a knife. I can't.
Dolph has several. Don't worry.
Yeah, Dot would be like, yeah, I can't stab him. I can't shoot him quietly.
Okay, can Hattie pluck one of his hairs out? Just reach and grab some hair out of.
I will ask for a sleight of hand if you're trying to be stealthy with it.
Also, if he's this decrepit, is it his hair or is he wearing a hairpiece?
You might think it might be a hairpiece.
Oh, well, if that's the case, she's not going to do it.
Just make sure Dolph gets one.
She's kind of drunk right now, so she's not. She's probably just trying to figure out what to do because she's had a little too much to drink.
I mean, does it have to be a hair piece? A hair?
No, she's just gonna grab something.
You need some of his bodily essence,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That particular wording does bring up some fun imagery.
Okay. We're not trying to cause a scene. I guess I could try to, I don't know, poke him with a hairpin or something.
Dude, 1920s hairpins were no joke. Those things were like this long.
You can probably, yeah, you want to try taking out his spine.
I mean, yeah, 1920s hairpins, you probably could go for bone marrow.
Yeah.
Just do a
We
syringe.
can get some cerebral spinal fluid up in here.
You need a.
I don't
Give him a
know that.
lobotomy.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke him, like, don't threaten me, and draw some blood or whatever.
He does have the paper-thin skin of an old man, so it does not take much.
Okay, then I'll grab a handkerchief and get my little samples and do to check for DNA.
Hattie, get away. Hattie, this is him.
So poke him again.
Get away, Hattie. Please.
So, I do have a name for him if you don't already, but Kaylee, if
Go
you'd like
ahead.
to...
Yeah, name him.
So, we are actually, let me double check and make sure I got the a good first name for him, because all I have right now is a last.
This is just for chat, this is a significant character from Dot's backstory that I told Shock about 20 minutes before we started. So, I wasn't expecting it to come up quite so soon.
Or so well thought and put together.
Yeah.
Shock is a master, and this is why we're scared
some of us.
of
I
him.
love you. Fuck you. Thank you.
Some of us, Kaylee, have to wait half a year and still don't get to. Who we told Shock about a month before the game even started, and they don't even get to kiss him because somebody shoots you.
I was insane.
Well, we're
I don't know
very
what you want me
lucky.
to tell you.
Just
you just
trying to
know.
make out.
What's his
with my
name, Shock?
fiancé.
What's his name?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just wanted to make sure I had it right, because it is a weird name, and I'm probably going to butcher it in some way or some form. But we have the name. Crap, where is it? Where is it? I just noted this time. Noted it down here. Here we go. It is Luca Fuchs. Yeah, I'm butchering that because I do not speak Austrian. But
Fuchs?
yes.
Fuchs.
Fuchs. Thank you.
Can you take that
thought
in
you're about
chat?
to say Luca Bagnata, and I was about to.
It is not fucks, chat, just so you know. Although he might fuck, or did, I don't know.
I don't think he ever.
Well,
In
he
any
better
case,
not.
I don't want to. If he does, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hattie offers to poke him again with her hairband.
But wow, you have found yourself a feisty one this time.
And you are not going to touch her.
Oh, so it's this.
I
Oh,
told you. Hattie, I told you about the trenches. And my first exposure to matters of our mutual interest. This was the gentleman involved.
so why are you bothering her? Gentleman involved.
Dot is gonna Dot's looking at Hattie to be like, you understand this is the terrifying necromancer I told you about, right?
Yeah, then why are you bothering my...
Would you believe I was minding my own business?
No.
No. But can you leave her alone? I kind of need her for a place to live because she's my landlady.
I would like to point out that your landlady was the first one to issue threats this day.
I didn't hear it. So just just leave her alone, okay? Thanks.
Like I said, the war is over. We are no longer enemies. So long as you do not bother me, I shall not bother you or yours.
Yes, because necromancers always have the best intentions of the public good. Why don't we step outside, sir?
But we have the auction.
Dot hands her purse to Hattie. Take care of it. Don't go crazy by the house.
Coming back, right?
I won't leave you alone.
Hattie takes the bag and we'll go back to the auction.
Shall we step outside, Captain? Oh, you never were promoted, were you? I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
It is fine. It's fine. I earned my rank, and I'm happy with it. Now that the war's over, at least. So he stands, and he makes a show of relying on a cane to keep moving.
Dot pretends that she's supporting him so she can keep her gun in place. I assume they're going to head towards the front door because, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We want to shoot him outside.
And Dolph is following as the big, scary shadow that he is. And Luca does decide to throw one more shot in before you leave. So, what has fate and fortune provided for you since the war is over?
I don't. My brain can't think of what I would call it, like a sense motive or a insight thing. I want to figure out how much he knows before I open my mouth.
I believe the system uses psychology for things like that.
Oh, okay. Come on. Small money, small money. Hey! Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong dice. But you know what? Fuck. I'm gonna burn, I am going to burn 12 luck to get it to my score.
Alright. So, all things considered, you are fairly aware that he is probably fairly knowledgeable about what's been going on, especially around this area. He may or may not be aware of what happened to Frank. But
How did you even get to this continent, dear?
your government is rather lenient in letting in refugees.
To me to believe that you brought your uniform and they believe you're a refugee?
It is very easy to hide things if you know how to put them in places no one looks. Or can look.
Must be, since you stumbled onto the ruin. In any other case, I would so applaud someone taking the time to improve themselves. But a pile of shit with some gold dust is still a pile of shit.
Then I must be amazed that you are working for the biggest pile of shit there is.
I work for the people, and I will keep them safe, especially from you. Did you kill my partner?
And why would I have done that?
Do you want a list? I mean, we could start off easy with revenge. There was the manner he was killed, which could well have been a new style of magic you were trying out. You could see him as an impediment. I could go on. But it's so dreadfully dull repeating things that we both know, isn't it?
I mean, at least one of us does like to hear themselves go on.
At this point, would a quiet gunshot go unremarked?
Given your traveling speed, you're probably a decent ways out from the house. And even in 1920s, it's New Orleans. A gunshot's not that unheard of.
Okay. Dot pulls the trigger where her gun is pressed against his spine.
I'm not going to ask for a check, because you did have it pressed right up against his spine. I'm not even going to ask for damage. There's a loud bang. He crumples to the ground. And it's like, So, I did not disconnect that nerve ending yet. Good to know.
She'll look over her shoulder. Pardon me, Mr. Dolph, Mr. Streich?
Mm-hmm.
Would you please help me carry this to somewhere we can light it on fire? Or are any of the blades you are no doubt carrying made of silver?
Silver. This one.
Do we...
I'm a necromancer, not a vampire. What is silver going to do?
I did shoot you multiple times previously, so... I don't know. It's still generally a pure metal.
That is actually a very funny thing. It's really not. And Dolph just searches him up by stabbing him in the neck before he goes any further than that.
Thank you. Then, if he doesn't think silver will do anything, we probably should burn him. Fire normally takes care of pretty much anything.
That it does. Yeah, I know a spot we can take him to burn.
Okay. Dot will, lift up one of his arms.
Yeah, and Dolph will get the other, and they just unceremoniously drag him off.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that later. So, yes, I skipped you a little bit, and then gave you some immediate catharsis. You good? Good. Okay, so...
I'm great. I was I'm not gonna split the party this time. I'm gonna stay with the group. I tried, y'all. I tried.
So we are coming up on a little bit of some time here. So before we continue on with the auction and what else is going on in this manner, we're going to go for a quick little break. We'll be back shortly. This is a good time for anybody to also grab refreshments because we might be going for a little while tonight. And I hope everybody's having a fun time. We'll be right back. And we are back. So, I hope everybody's having a good night. Where we left off, an Austrian came in, got shot, got carried off to get fired properly.
We shot him outside, to be clear.
Mm-hmm. Yes, unfortunately, there is in fact less cat. The cat will, a cat might show back up sooner or later.
I'm sorry, yeah, my children have been banished, so no dog, no cats.
My cat is sleeping in her box, so she's here. Really, she's inside us all. But she hates us, so there's that.
And then there's my cat who will
bloodstained.
do whatever. I don't know when he's going to show up half the time. But, getting right back into things. So, we're going to snap back inside where the auction continues on. The book on Doc continued on with the bidding as the conversation between Luca and Dot occurred, and it eventually got sold to a lovely local couple for a whopping $23. Alright. And then some more books occur. By the time Dot gets back up, another rather interesting tome gets put up, and I just want to make sure I pronounce this thing correctly. So I'm going to look it back up, because I know I butchered it last time I tried to say it. All right, and next we have this text, which, according to our professionals, is written in pure Latin by one Ludwig Prin, the De Vermis Mysteries. This is a ancient text, and we do believe this to be one of the original printings of this material, dating it circa 1600. As such, as this is a rather historical find, we have evaluated and we will start the bidding of this particular tome at $150.
Oratrice Mechanista, Daniel Lee's cartoon doll. That's the book that's being sold.
Patty is not bidding on this, but she does give Dot's bag back to her. And she makes sure to mute Dot as well.
Shock, can you repeat the title of the book? I definitely dissociated in
Mystery.
Oh, the worm one. I got you. Bid.
Dot will like look at Tiff holding her paddle and then deliberately put it down.
So we have starting off, we have a bid for $150. Once again, this is a ancient historical find. According to our officials, the Roman Catholic Church has actively suppressed and destroyed it. We are aware that this is one of the only 15 copies remaining. Going for $150. Can we hear $175? Anyone for $175? There seems to be a distinct lack of competition.
Is Alden even looking interested in it?
No, Alden does not seem to be interested in it at all. But the auctioneer goes through a couple more rounds, hoping to see if they can get it a bit higher. And sold $150 to... I'm just going to keep quiet and move on.
I think at that point, if she has made her point, she'll go, Miss Streich.
To one Miss Streich. Got you. Thank you. All right.
Make it clear to everyone there who's bidding on shit.
Okay, so a couple more books. Scroll on through. Some original Shakespeare, a couple of other things. The number of books keep piling up, but their occult nature seems to be becoming less and less discernible. And then the auctioneer says, and with that, we have finished with all of the literary items for this evening, and we are now moving on to other personal effects.
Did the Liber
No.
Ivanis come up?
No, it did not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, the first thing we have up is this lovely jewelry box and all of its contents. According to the will and testament, it is to be sold as a singular item in the event that the individual who it was bequeathed to could not accept. And they do will out a standing jewelry box about 3 feet in height, several drawers and cabinets and doors scattered about it. It seems to be of a rather sturdy wooden construction, with brass and bronze hardware. Very well made. The craftsmanship speaks for itself. As such, this particular item also is stated that the contents are to not be shown until the recipient has obtained the item. As such, because this is a sight unseen item, we shall be starting the bid at the evaluated price of the jewelry box itself and not the supposed contents. The bid will start at $5. $5, $10. Do you have a? Do you have?
150.
The crowd
170.
explodes in murmurs and whispers and rumors as you once again just jack the price absurdly high, absurdly quickly. We have a bid for 150.
170.
200.
Anyone else getting in on this? 220. Whatever.
You two
the
are
government
ping-ponging back and forth,
500.
and as soon as Tiffany says that, anybody who was hesitating to try and get in on this bidding war immediately backs down.
Bite. Dot's gonna go 510.
1,000.
And yes, Max, the players are bidding against one another. For a quick little recap, to save you some time, there's a bit of inter-party conflict. It's fun.
Just a little. Just a smidge. 1,000.
Fine.
My box. Mine.
There is a number of very interested eyes in the crowd now on the both of you.
Dot. Mask back up. Oh. Well, that's a bit much even for me. Would I think that Dot would have like a fan and she'd be fanning herself. Is there any chance that Tiff knows fan language?
Oh, probably.
Dot would flash her the fan equivalent. Like I think the correct sign is to go, which is shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Fan.
And Tiffany's not even, like, will just glance and just not even react. She doesn't care. She told you she was working.
All right.
I will gladly admit I have learned something today. I did not know that there was such a thing as fan language.
Yeah.
You didn't know about fan language?
Shock. You gotta. Oh, this is some Jane Austen shit. You gotta go down that rabbit hole.
Time out. Shock, have you never seen The Princess Diaries?
Yeah.
It has been a while. Wait, Princess Diaries? No.
Yeah?
Actually, I had not seen Princess Diaries.
Homophobic.
Shock.
I don't know.
No, we're gonna have a Singularity watch night where we watch the Princess Diaries. I've got the special edition DVD.
Okay, or even just like at this group chat, because we have to watch. We have
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
And now Princess Diaries.
Yep.
Anyone else? Okay, I haven't seen Alien. That's my thing.
Oh, that's right. No, we gotta watch that.
So,
all right. Anyway. All right.
Meanwhile,
moving on. I got my box.
Yes, you have your jewelry box. And you
How-
spent 1920.
what point do we have to start making checks against our credit score?
Well, given the fact that you two have backers giving you additional money for this.
And
I got a temporary boost in my credit score.
Yeah, I hate to be an asshole about that, but we've already factored that into our credit scores.
So, we will be worrying about that when the auction is over, when the tab comes due. So, yeah, just keep that in mind.
Oh, I am.
Not can send the government a bill. Look, I'm assuming that civil service hasn't changed that much in the past 100 years.
You're right. You can send the government a bill, but you still have to make that initial payment first. They will reimburse you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to assume with very large amounts, like we're dealing with for the Times, $100 and over, there you would not be expected to have the cash.
Oh God, no. They would expect you to write a check. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Checks are still a thing.
Yes. So it would, check.
I mean, technically speaking, checks are actually older than paper money, but that's besides the point.
Well, I mean, a pound was literally a piece of paper that said this piece of paper is worth £1.
A pound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was just a free history fact from an earlier era, folks.
So, all right. That being said, that is done. Some more furniture goes through. There's some other things. And see, look, chat agrees with me. It is not homophobic.
Ignore chat!
Look, I say that about everything. Fuck off.
I mean, is anyone here a straight?
Fair point.
I don't know.
Not exclusively.
So you're the straightest of us?
I wouldn't claim that.
Anyway,
meanwhile,
want to know what happens at the end of this auction, guys? I want to know because I'm missing a book and I want it.
That was the most beautiful period of silence ever had on the stream.
All right, so yes, the auction continues on. There's a few other items. There's a brief moment where they apologize, but one of the items we had intended to auction this evening has gone missing, and we would like to apologize for that. We will be notifying the appropriate authorities to have this rectified in a timely fashion. They do not go into detail what the missing item is.
Shop. I have 5 brothers and I've forgotten which one I sent after the zombie. I believe it was Oscar. It was Oscar. Yeah. So I sent Oscar after Zombie McCarthy. Has he shown up yet?
Give me one moment.
Why are you rolling?
Oh my God!
Look, there's things that go on in the background, and I am notorious for creating unique and individualized mechanics for special things.
I know. And I hate it. I love it, but I hate it.
Okay. So, Oscar does come back, and he just quietly slips into the seat beside you.
Oh, I was standing up against the wall, sorry.
Oh, I apologize. He quietly slips up next to you and just hangs out, and is like, all right, they're dealt with.
They have anything on them?
Nothing interesting.
Do they have any books on them?
Maybe.
Did you take the books, Oscar?
I kind of left them. They were kind of blood.
Go get the books.
All right, fine.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Actually, I think I'll go with him.
So yeah, you go with Oscar, and he leads you a little ways through the halls, out to the kitchen, to the backyard, to the tree line, where there's about 3 bodies tucked into the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a significant amount of, well, let's just say, missing biomass and a lot of bloodstains.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he kind of kicks one body over, rifles through him, and he does pull out a book. The only part of said book that is not drenched in blood is the spine of the book.
What's it say?
The little bit of the spine that you can still read does say Ivanus.
Yep, pick it up.
Alright.
Gio didn't ask me to bring him back in good condition.
Do hair dryers, I assume, do they exist at this point?
You mean the handheld things?
You gotta get the blood out is the issue. Drying the pages is easy, you gotta get the blood.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
Although this book might just
restoration
eat
is
blood.
not the greatest back then.
Well, I mean, this book might just eat the blood, so.
Yeah, is the blood like slowly vanishing into the pages?
I mean, look, it's just a book. It is the knowledge within that is horrifyingly haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
My book now. Let's go.
Alright. But yeah, so Oscar is not too bothered about what happened here, but yeah, the bodies are, completely and utterly ruined after whatever he did.
Damn. Get it. Okay, go off, King.
So, back at the auction. Like I said, they speed through the other items. Nothing of real interest or important comes up. There's a few relics here and there. They're minor, they're insignificant. Set pieces, tables, bookshelves, some articles of clothing, painting or half dozen. And then it is the final item. And the last item for tonight's auction is, in fact, the deed to this property and the lands surrounding.
Oh, good. Tiffany left. That was Todd's inner voice.
Okay.
Do I make it back in that time? I mean, it's fair.
There's a bit of a speech that they go through explaining some stipulations.
Mm.
So, before we go forward, we would like to mention that as a part of the auction, the will of the deceased and other factors, a sizable portion of the proceeds from this particular item will be used to reimburse the last of Claremont's debts, and out of the remainder, a sizable portion shall be donated to the church, local charities, and then finally given as an endowment to the Miskatonic University.
I'm sorry, I zoned out and missed part of that.
Me too.
Oh, I got it. The church gets money. Charity gets money.
I heard the church.
Miskatonic gets money.
I've never missed something about the church in my life.
But first, debts paid. debts to who, we don't know. But yeah, church, charity, and Miska fucking tonic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And
I think Tiffany will wander up at that point and go,
hang on,
Hattie,
hang on,
Hattie, I think you need to buy a house.
hang on. Oh, so you have a question?
No, I have a statement. I don't think the church needs any money because there's an actual angel of God there right now, and I think God will provide all of the funds that he needs. So, just in case everybody forgot, there was a fucking angel at
God
their house
is
too that caught on fire.
You think God is assisting capitalism in this time period? Okay, cool. All right,
Yes,
cool.
yes, I do. Yes, I do, because that's how God is always assisting capitalism.
Given the I could actually go into that, and it's hilarious, some things about that. So we're just going to speed along, because that is a speech into itself.
You're welcome. That's it. That's all I had. I just wanted to remind everybody that there's an angel in this city at the same time. All of this shit is happening.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you heard
Tiffany
the
will-
voice of God,
Yeah, Tiffany will
Oh,
wander up
I
behind
did.
Dot and Hattie and just be like, Hattie, I think you would love this house.
But there is one particular stipulation for the winner of this particular item. In the event that the purchaser cannot remain inside this facility, inside this building, for 1 entire week following the closure of this auction, the entirety of the proceeds will be thusly donated to the Miskatonic University. The ownership of the house will be forfeited to the Miskatonic University, and the winner of the auction will be further charged an additional $250 that will be paid to the Miskatonic University.
It's the government's problem.
As such, the bidding for this deed shall begin at $1,585. Quite a steal for 40 acres.
Government used to give that away for free and with a mule.
Not actually, but
Yes, I I know. It's the joke.
So, okay, I'm going to ignore chat now. Chat is doing stupid things. So, like I said, $1,585 is the starting point for the bids.
1,600.
Surprisingly enough, Olden, with the biggest shit-eating grin you have ever seen on the man, lifts his paddle and says 1,800.
Dot will look at him, look at kind of gesture with the heel of the fan to Olden, and look at Tiffany and go, do you want to kill them? Dot's cool with it.
I don't need
she's not
fans
bidding.
to translate that one.
Yeah, she'll just do this, like cap her neck, not 1,900.
One of the French contingent pops up and says 2,000.
2024. Sorry. I had to.
It's all fine, dear. Dot's just like, I cannot pat your hand. We're in public.
So, yes,
3240?
the bids keep piling in because, it is 40 acres, a 3-story mansion. and all they have to do is stay in it for a week afterwards. So at some point it does break $2,200, with it currently going to one of the members of the French contingent.
Hey, Shock. Tiffany's going to wander off to go explore the house while this is happening.
Okay.
2,300.
All right. And we're going to put a pause right there for the auction, and we're going to go focus on what Tiff is going to go do.
Oh, we don't have to. Okay.
Oh, come on. I can only make an auction so exciting.
I know. It's true. It's true. Honestly, she's going to look for Pip because she hasn't seen her.
I mean, Pip slipped back into the shadows not too far away, so it's not that much of a search.
Oh, okay.
I also,
cool.
no,
I
also left again. I hadn't had a time to say it because there was the auction going on, but I'm going to steal the King Hello before it gets handed over.
Fuck yeah!
There was a reason I asked if they were handing out the items already and they weren't being kept somewhere after they'd been won.
Fuck yeah! Yeah, so I'm going to go
spending money to get items. I'm over here just racking up everything on my own for free.
That was also the secondary reason. I was like, I figured Pip was stealing things, so I'm also going off to go steal.
5-finger discount, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag team crime.
I want to go steal the King in Yellow.
All right, so they don't take it back to the same room they held it before, mainly for tracking purposes. However, the ones handling everything after they bring it out and take it back are not the most observant of people. In other words, I'm not even asking for a stealth check. You can just follow these idiots.
Love that for me. You.
That being said, are you still going to try and sneak? And if so, Tiff may have to roll a spot hidden to find you.
Yes, I want to.
Alright, so technically, this is an opposed check. It is Pip's stealth versus Tiff's spot hidden.
How's your spot in cast?
Oh, it's a 32. I already rolled, though.
Okay. Okay, that is a 13, which is below my 5th score.
I rolled a 9.
Is that below your 5th score?
No, but I'll burn luck to make it. It's at 3 points. Miri dice, don't fail me.
Miri and I fucking chat.
Okay, so Pip, you stealth quietly as the master thief that you aspire to be now. The handlers of all the material, none the wiser. Tiff, probably from, hanging out with a natural, well, not even hanging out, dating an natural hunter, probably has picked up some additional tricks that she didn't already know.
Yeah,
and
she
just is capable of following you without much effort.
Yeah.
Hate that for me. It's fine. Okay. Want this book?
Everybody wants this book, apparently. So
I don't want the book.
So the auction staff drop off the items after they've been bidded on and won inside a out-of-the-way ballroom. They put a little tag saying who won it for how much, and then they wander off, leaving the King of Yellow on a out-of-the-way table. There's some other items here and there. Feel free to have your fun. So, you are in the room alone, Pip, and Tiff shortly thereafter.
Yep.
What else is here, Sean?
So essentially, everything that has been bidden on at this point, which is everything, is in this room.
Damn, I didn't keep track of a list.
I did.
Cass, let me know what we got. What can I get?
There's a few paintings, there's some jewelry, there's some other things, but I'm here to pick up the stuff I won, except for the jewelry box, so that I can then get a discount on the jewelry box later.
Are any of these books, Doc, that anything of use to me?
Define use to you.
You know what I mean by use to me.
As in to get your fiance back?
Yeah.
Potentially. They are of an occult nature. They may have knowledge to help you in that endeavor. You wouldn't know until you read them.
I want all. That fall under that name.
You want all of them.
The ones that would help. Yes. And the King in Yellow.
And you just want the King in Yellow because I name dropped the thing, right?
Yeah. I have no intentions of doing anything with it yet. I don't know what I want to do with it. I didn't think I'd get this far.
So very you, Elsie.
I know. I love to make decisions without knowing the full repercussions. We all know this. So yeah, I want all of the occult books that will help me in understanding what happened and could possibly reverse the effects of it. And the King in Yellow.
Okay. So, there are the several books that I have name dropped this evening already there. And yes, they are all, most of the books that were auctioned off were put on the same table with the King in Yellow. With Tiff following you in shortly thereafter.
I'm not paying her any attention. I'm not going to acknowledge you.
I'm just walking up and picking up the book that I bid on, the worm book.
We're here to do our own business, and that's that.
So in other words, you both just look at each other, grab your respective books, and go back to ignoring each other.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and I'm grabbing a bunch of other things off the table, but yeah.
You know, in high school where you still have to see the person you're fighting with in the halls, so you like walk past them and you like know they're there, but you blatantly ignore them. We're like two bitches in high school fighting, and this is some catty shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
once I have a bunch of books and like have tucked them away, I will look at her and go, "How's your leg?"
The LC gut instinct to go, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
So while they're having this tiff, to answer Max's question, the worm book in question is De Vermis de Mysteries, one of the tomes that were auctioned off earlier. Cass just calls the worm book for one reason. I'm actually blanking on why.
Vermis means worm.
Ah. That would make sense.
In response to your question about how my leg is, it's just be like, that's a stupid question. I'm walking, aren't I?
I felt bad.
Feeling bad doesn't take back what you did and what I lost. So, try again.
Have you found him yet? I haven't
No.
heard anything about him. Well, if
I
you would
haven't.
like help.
She's considering it, but she won't say it because the last time she got help from you, we ended up in this situation. So, and also ended up getting shot later on. So, but you did help a lot in finding. So, it's not a no, but it's not a yes, and there's actually no response. But the vibes are like consideration. And also, I'm honestly gonna say that Penelope is afraid to open her mouth again because there is still some gay panic left over from everything, and I just don't have. She does not have the smooths to deal with that at this moment in time.
Yep.
or the time because we gotta get out of here.
If that's the vibe, then Tiffany will reach out, grab her hand, press a little kiss to the back of it, and go, "It was good to see you," and leave.
I fucking hate you. I really fucking hate you, Cassidy. Like, in this on God real moment, no cap, no reason for you to do this to her. Now she's gonna move faster to take her books and get out of there. Also, I want to say, Shock, that I make an exit towards like any inconspicuous exit there is, because I came in here and nobody noticed me and nobody knows about this auction, so nobody would suspect to pat me down. I want to leave in the same fashion.
Yep. And I want to wander back to the auction.
Okay. I would like to ask you both to give me a luck check.
Fuck.
Come on, Elsie, we can do it.
No,
think
we
it's
cannot,
time.
Cassidy. No, we cannot. That's a 7.
I can. I can.
I've been saving this.
I rolled a 33. I had to beat a 37.
I stand by my fan in
Fuck
this moment.
me. I did so many good rolls and got away with so much. Can I push a luck check? Can I push a luck check? Is that a thing? I can't remember if that's a no.
Can.
I don't think I can either.
No.
This isn't funny, Shock. This isn't funny, and I know you think it's funny. I got away with so much shit this game, and now I'm gonna, cause my goddamn awful rolls, it's gonna all come crumbling down around me.
So what you get?
Can I help?
A 73.
No, you cannot help on a luck check. So, you two leave the ballroom, and you go your separate ways. Tiff back to the main room to see the end of the auction, and Pip to find a inconspicuous escape route. However, Pip, in your haste to leave, you run into someone.
Shock, please remember, would be nice to me. Don't do this. Who do I run into?
I mean, it's your birthday. I couldn't let you go away without
No,
giving you a
no,
gift.
no, 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 Shock. I thought you weren't gonna do it. Every time I'm not prepared for this.
Wouldn't better to make your fiance to show up?
I do love him very much. This is very unlucky for some people, but very lucky for some other people. And other people, I mean me. Okay. Run into my boyfriend, fiance, question mark.
Yes. You run into Timothy, complete with new arm.
Oh, congrats. He's no longer Mrs. Nesbit. That's the initial thought I had when that happened. He's like, I am Mrs. Nesbit.
Okay.
Definitely a little less surprised than last time, but I don't think there's ever going to be a moment in her life now when he shows up randomly that she's not surprised. But at least she knows he's here and not dead.
So, Timothy is just as surprised as you to see you here. And he is momentarily stunned before he straightens himself back up. Well, we can't keep running into each other like this.
Well, we can. It seems to be our forte and has always been our forte of running into each other in places that we're not seeing. You look better.
Yes. I may have had to find a little extra help, but yes, I am doing much better. How are your friends?
Is that what we're calling them? They're fine. To be polite, they're fine. Fully healed, I would say. A lot better than we have been.
I see. And did they still maintain their end of the bargain? Do you now remember everything?
How? Okay, I know. I was about to ask how tall he is. I know how tall he is. Or is it okay? Is there anyone around?
No, it is just the two of you in the hallway.
I want to shove him into a wall and say, I fucking remember everything. What did you do to me? And I have my knives, just so you know, and they are out and in, like, just like the gun was against the spine of the Austrian, it's like in his side, like threatening to just stab him.
You know I'm only allowing you to do this because I care for you, right?
Yes, I do. In the way that I know what you're capable of now. And no, I don't, because I don't feel like I should believe you when you say you care for me in that way. A lot of people I know have done a lot of things to me in the last few months that I had to rethink my values on things and who I can trust and who I can't and how they care for me. Like getting shot in the leg by someone I considered a friend and being completely manipulated by someone who I loved. I killed those people, Timothy. I killed them, and I intended to, and I wanted to, and I did it, and I don't have an explanation as to why, except that you are the cause of all of this. And I don't know what happened to you, but this is not the man I fell in love with. This is not something, or not someone I would have said yes to when you got down on one knee. So you better start talking. I don't think we have much time.
There's a lot to explain then, and as you said, we do not have much time. But I have reason to suspect that we may have a bit more time in the near future. Stay with your friends. I'm sure one of them will win this house. We can talk then.
Fine. But if you don't hold up your end of the bargain, I will come find you. And I won't be as nice as I was today.
Oh, come now. I always keep my end of the deal.
Well, then we'll just have to see about that, won't we?
Of course. And he gently pulls your hand away, leans down, and just puts a tiny little kiss on your forehead and wanders off.
Got 2 kisses this game. This is my lucky day. She's gonna be frozen like that for a good 30 seconds, and then she's gonna... Oh, shock. Damn it. Can't. What is it? What is it? I just can't quit you. That's that vibe. Is that Brokeback Mountain? Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Alright. Sure.
Alright. So, we cut back as Tiffany is walking back into the main room. The auction is winding down. The bids for the house have crept up in the time you have been gone to a nice healthy 3,000, which is still pretty cheap for, 40 acres, even in this time frame. And yep, there is another bid, putting it at a nice healthy 3,100. Alden has dropped out of the bidding race, sitting back as happy as he can be. You can only imagine how much of that 3,100 is going to be ending up in his paycheck later.
So about those drugs and poisons Dot wanted to get, just as an aside, you know.
we can discuss that in a second. But yes, it is. The auctioneer goes 3,100 going once. Do we have any more bids? Going twice. All right.
Who's the current winner of the bid right now?
Dot.
Is it Dot? Okay. No, I'll let it go.
That would have been beautifully petty.
I thought about it.
I thought about you thinking about it, and my first thought was Dot still has an open warrant.
I don't have any warrants against me.
But, you know, I have pre-received forgiveness.
Mm.
Anyway, does anyone else? No?
No, you win the house for a nice, healthy $3,100. Congratulations, ma'am. You are now the owner of the Claremont estate and all that comes with it.
Thank you. It's Darling. Mrs. Darling.
All right.
Open it.
Now, and with that concludes the auction. All of the attendants all feel free to linger and have your fill of the refreshments for the remainder of the evening. The winners are asked to follow me so we may finish with the dispensation and the closing of tabs.
Dot, do you want me to go home and get some things for you?
That would be greatly appreciated. Will you be coming back as well today?
I'm not going to leave you again.
Thank you. Dot is going to lean in and whisper to Hetty. I want nothing more than to kiss you right now, but that would get us both hanged. So, please hurry back. Dot will pass Hattie her car keys. See if you can find Miss Penelope if she wants a ride back. She can stay in our house for the week.
I don't know if she wants to be found right now.
Probably not, but I hate to say this, but sometimes I do question her judgment on matters.
Okay, I'll try to find her and offer her a ride back.
After all, she'd get free reign to the house, so, you know, pack up anything you don't want redistributed.
It's all your stuff anyway.
Well, please bring the things from the attic.
We weren't supposed to go in the attic.
Sorry, darling. Professional hazard.
Okay, well, you do your closing and I'll find Pip and get some things together for a week.
Yes, I just strongly suspect we will need your things from the attic.
All right, I'll bring them, and I'll pick out a new room here.
Of course, yes, our separate bedrooms.
All right.
I would like to also point, just a point of order. I do feel like Pip is making all of a lot of nice, amazing choices, given the fact that she is, in fact, the nexus of a goddamn love dodecahedron.
Yeah, no.
It's all going according to plan.
Pip is a polyvortex.
As I am in many games, I have very many goals, and it's always to be the vortex of some cataclysmic event or another.
I love that for you.
Thank
So
you.
how do
It's
you
working very
protect-
well. What were you saying, Jamie?
I think just that she was going to go try to find Pip.
Speaking of, where is Pip right now? Is she still stuck, frozen in the hallway?
I 30 seconds. I gave myself 30 seconds before I yeeted. I need I don't think not Janie. I don't think Hattie will find me. Because I'm gonna just start walking home in a direction I hope is home. I have a lot to think about. A lot just happened, and there's just like some real questionable
Are you
thoughts.
staying on the road?
Hell no.
Okay. You're just
Are you
walking off.
sure you want to not
Yeah,
stay
how
on
far
the
out-
road?
Yeah.
How far out
or-
the swamps are we? You may want to be on the road.
Not on the road, like a parallel to the road. You know,
like, are you within sight of the road that Janie?
I can
that
see the road, but I don't know if anyone can see me.
No, see, I'm concerned about the alligators.
yeah, also concerned about you. Okay. Honestly,
So, like,
it would
I
be
think Pip is making some great choices. Pip 5 minutes later, I'm gonna go for a walk.
There are alligators and axemen out there. Stick to the roads.
Oh, no, not if I go to the jazz club at midnight.
Wait a second. Did you just say the Axeman is it?
Yes.
Shock.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Shock. Fuck you. Shock. Fuck you.
We love the Axeman.
Do we? Do we?
I don't know. We don't know if he's hot or not.
I would like to
Ladies
point out
and
I said
gentlemen, the monster
men.
truckers.
Like X-Men, like
No.
Mutant.
A-axe.
Yeah, so if I go to a jazz club at midnight, I'm safe.
I would love to hear a further explanation of this logic.
There was an Axeman in New Orleans during this time frame, and he left notes in his victim's houses saying, or no, he posted it in the newspaper, and he was like, if you guys play like hoppin' tunes at midnight in a jazz club, I won't kill anybody. But every jazz club in New Orleans has to do it. And everyone was like, this dude's fucking stupid, no. And then people didn't do it, and then people died. By an axe. Their own axe in their own house, mind you. He did not bring his own axe.
Well, I mean, Pip doesn't have a house, so we're fine.
Yeah, but you know what? That's right.
You
That's
don't
true.
have a house to stay in after, heading
Yeah.
health.
Yeah, no.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyway. Can we,
Okay.
I feel like there should be multiple luck checks or something to see if Penelope can avoid
Gets
notice
eaten.
without getting eaten by an alligator.
But I feel like if I'm next to the road, I'm fine because there's an equal amount of chance
No!
to encounter an
No.
alligator on the
No.
road as there is.
Hold on. Shock, what
Off
time
the
of day is it?
It's actually rather late after the auction. Like, the auction started like midday
Shit.
and went for a while. It's like,
Oh, so it's sunset?
yeah,
God damn it.
like real
No,
awesome.
they've been sunning themselves on the road all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now
no.
they're eepy sitting there.
Okay,
Well, they're
but
eepy. They
can
won't bother me.
you look?
Yeah.
It's like, or
Yeah,
we're
you
just
can look. You can try.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
cute.
Do I need to roll 2 for stealth?
Like, I mean, it would be, we all expected Timothy to get her. Or
Maybe I was frozen for a little bit longer than I expected, Janie.
burnt in a house
Probably find
fire
me.
that we
I got a
started.
93.
Okay, let me see what I get.
I actually failed a stealth check.
You got a 93.
So maybe it's longer than 30 seconds. I'm just standing there like
You want?
surprised Pikachu face. My gay panic mixed with my
So,
slightly heterosexual panic.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't pass. I have to use my arm to roll my mouse on.
Cass. What?
I got
What?
41, so that would be a spot hidden.
Yeah.
And my spot hidden is 70.
Yeah, you find Pip. Yeah, you find Pip. Pip had not made it far from where she was frozen before you find her.
Princess Bride narrator, Penelope does not get eaten by an alligator at this point.
Yo, Penelope do be giving some fucking Buttercup vibes sometimes, so I'm gonna be real. Goddamn. It's true fact. Ain't no business saying that, Kaylee. But you did. You're right for it.
Hi, Pip.
Oh, hey, Hattie.
Hi. Dot won this house, and we have to stay here for a week. So I'm going to go to her house. Dot offered use of her house to you while we were stuck here, if you would like.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to ride there, or are you walking, or were you?
I was going to walk, but maybe not. Maybe I should. Yeah, a ride would be nice.
Okay, get in with unless you wanted to do something else here.
No, I think I've done enough. I've done enough. I've seen a lot. It was a great auction. Lots of good food. Yeah, we can go. We should go.
Yeah, let's.
Really, Hattie is not going to be suspicious about that delivery at all.
Hattie has decided to stay out of Pip's business.
Fair enough. Okay.
Honestly, the best choice. God, save me
Not
so much,
too,
so
not
much
like she-
drama.
But yeah, she will. Pip can even sit in the passenger seat.
I sure can. I get to ride up front like a big girl. It's a very, very awkward car ride, I will tell you that. There's this like knees together, like very like clearly tense, like hands in lap like this. Just
Has Pip ever not had an awkward car ride?
Well, Hattie's not a very good driver, so
God, roll for not dying on the way home. Wow, maybe taking a walk was less dangerous. Pip had one not awkward car ride. Pip had one menace in the backseat car ride though. Everything else has been awkward. But that one time I kept kicking the back of Adahe's seat, it was more of a menace than an awkward car ride.
Shock has a look.
I'm just thinking of all the shit that Pip has gone through inside cars.
Yeah, Hattie's not a good driver.
You know, when you phrase it that way, Shock.
Would you like to clarify why I should have phrased it another way?
Should I roll anything for driving or?
No, it's fine. You may be a horrible driver, but I'm not going to penalize you for being a horrible driver until it matters for you to be a better driver.
Fair enough. That's fair enough logic.
But I think when they get to Dot's house, maybe Hattie like accidentally clips the mailbox a little.
It's like it was straight up in the air, now it's kind of like on its end.
Yeah. Oh, here we are.
All right.
Oh, yep. Here we are. Thank you for the ride. Are you coming in?
Yeah, I have to get stuff for Dot, and I've got to clean up my attic.
Oh.
Just please don't.
Present for chat.
Cat.
That's my cat. I mean, Kaylee's cat.
It's my cat. Kaylee, you better ship that cat to America.
Kaylee, the kitty is around. I love the kitty.
Also, I don't know if y'all can see chat, but she does not have a tail.
Got enough. Oh, and there goes her.
And now she's gonna murder me, so I hope that was worth it, chat.
You'll be fine.
Hattie is going to complain about her attic, and ask for you to help bring stuff down from it.
Sure. I guess I have nothing else to do.
The attic is full of voodoo supplies when you get up there.
Given my increase in occult the last few days, I now can firmly say that Pip recognizes some of it, as opposed to none of it. We've come a year, guys, and now she knows some stuff.
Yeah, I think that it's probably like dawning. Like if her and Dot ever get in the same room for more than 30 seconds, Dot's gonna be like, it just occurred to me that you don't know anything about this stuff.
She sure does now. And I can't
what?
wait for Timothy to show her more. And I'm not changing my phrasing on that. I've thought about that a long time. Also, all I can think about is that song from Into the Woods where it's like, I know things now that I... The one that Little Red Riding Hood sings after she got eaten by the wolf. Very good.
So yeah,
Yeah, Cass.
but nothing. But she doesn't know what it is. Just that she has magic stuff, I guess.
Yeah, this is absolutely normal to her now. I feel like, it's like, I don't know. I heard the voice of God. Saw my ex-fiance's arm get ripped off. Now he has a new one. He said some really sus shit about that. There was an ancient Egyptian god there at the same time. And the person I considered a friend is having a relationship with a giant snake and now has an adopted son. This is really normal for me.
If you ever need a favor, Pip, I can give you one. Or not
A
charging.
favor?
If you
Oh,
need-
okay. I'm not sure what that means, but I'll hold that. I'll keep that in mind, and then when I need it and I understand it, I'll ask for it.
Okay.
Sin, please, no. That is not what God
No,
said.
that's true. That is what God said.
That is not what God
You
said.
heard it. God said you should definitely marry this man.
To be fair,
Said,
a
"Penelope
god may have
Lang."
said that.
I don't know. I don't know. Look, Gabriel
Yeah,
hasn't told me
Loki.
otherwise. I think he did tell me no, don't do that. Gabriel might have told me don't fuck around with this shit, and I don't remember. To be fair, I was having a really, really like fever dream in his church, and then I left.
How
Whoa.
much do you plan from here? Pip?
Okay, Max does bring up a good point. You probably shouldn't listen to the Christian guy when it comes to relationship issues.
To be fair, I don't think Christian God would approve of this anyways because we definitely had premarital sex. So like Christian God would have been like, guess you're going to hell. Especially Christian Catholic God.
Yeah, so which Christian God is this? Is it
Yeah.
the Catholic one?
Yeah.
You know, that is
Or
a
is it the cool
world-building question I
non-denominational
never
one?
sat down and thought think about.
You know, that is fair, but I think it is the Catholic one because Father Gabriel is a priest, like as a Catholic
And-
priest.
And it
And
was,
he was
in
there.
the Catholic Church that she encountered this god.
That is
So yeah,
No,
you
I
If
don't-
heard the voice of God
vanish, my
in the
cat
house.
is trying to eat my headphones.
I didn't hear the voice of God in the church. I heard the voice of God in the house that promptly burned down afterwards.
I thought it was the church. And you
No.
fled
That's
the
true.
church.
Max has another point now. Said I had premarital sex, so now you have to get married to the
Max,
person.
you're gonna fit in here so well.
Yeah, you
But-
will. The random
God
lore
has
drops
spoken.
and, you know, all the facts. Yeah, you will fit in perfectly.
Okay, we can progress on to me helping Hattie to
Hey.
step down to the attic.
So hey, Shock.
Hmm?
My cat just rolled my die and she got a 30.
Okay, keep it.
Can I save that for later? As an act of God/cat.
You know
which
what?
God?
Fuck it. Let's make it my rolling GM mechanic. If you have a pet and they roll a die, you can save that roll for another check later.
Can I have
Good or
all
bad?
3 cats roll?
Hey, okay, stop it.
I don't
One
have
moment, she's trying to
Sure.
attack me now.
To limit the abuse of multiple animals, you can only use one saved roll per session.
Okay,
But
good or
Janie and Elsie don't have cats. I have 3.
bad. I have a dog.
That's
my
3
dog counts
rolls.
My dice.
I don't.
No,
Why
my
can't-
Yeah,
dog
I think
count.
they should get the extra cats.
They will get the extra cash. You don't.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll have to, later in chat, we should assign each person a cat.
Oh, Janie, you're gonna get Mal. She rolls better. Donna just tries to destroy the dice, and Chuck tries to eat them. So
So
All right. So, let's see. I believe we got derailed with you guys cleaning out the attic of all of Dot's military gear.
No, Hattie's voodoo stuff is all in the attic.
Ah, Hattie's voodoo stuff all in the attic. Okay.
So yeah, Pip now knows Hattie's secret, but Pip doesn't know what she's looking at, I guess.
I
I
mean,
only know half of what I'm looking at.
I'm fairly sure half of voodoo stuff is technically
Normal.
mundane looking if you don't
Yeah,
know
it's
what you're looking at.
Like she,
Like-
yeah,
Just having a normal one.
Like, I'm fairly sure brick dust, like having a drawer of brick dust, is just having a drawer of brick dust. Nobody knows what the hell
Right.
that is until you know voodoo.
right. Yeah, that's what I mean. She doesn't. She just sees the stuff.
Excuse me. This is getting on my nerves, and it's been entirely too long.
Oh, it's getting real now. This is like when Turk
Take
takes
it
off
off.
his jacket. No, when GMs in Call of Cthulhu take items off, someone's about to die.
I guess Hattie would just go over where stuff was in the house after, the car is packed full of stuff for Dot and all of her voodoo stuff.
Why, thank you. Fun fact, it's not one tie. It's two.
Okay, now I'm picturing that Thai Thulu meme.
You mean from the Colbert Show report that one time?
No, there was this where a guy just kept tying ties until he had a Cthulhu beard of ties.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I will find it and I'll post it in our chat, or maybe Big Chat, depending on if Big Chat wants it to hear it.
But yeah, no. I have, because of the complicated knot. That's why two ties.
Happens with Hattie. I want to know all the shit that she brings to the house.
But so yeah. Hattie, do you mind giving like a quick rundown of the items you are going to be packing with you? Just as an off chance that I'm going to have some idea of what voodoo nonsense you're bringing with.
There's going to, of course, like brick dust, some animal bits and pieces. I'm thinking, sorry, I wasn't expecting to list all of this. Of course, the different herbs and things. Feathers, leaves. So, oh my gosh, put me on the spot now. I gotta come up with stuff.
We'll come back to that then.
Okay.
So we'll jump back to the Claremont estate, where the party is starting to wind down. The refreshments and the offerings are starting to run out, and surprisingly enough, the bowl of raw garlic has finally ran empty.
Wonder where all that garlic went. I don't know. Couldn't have been.
Look, no. It is fairly well established rich people shit that they don't ask questions because that will mean that they are not of owed money. And they just do what they see is done.
That's true. Wait,
So, has anybody approached me about the unfortunate disappearance of my purchases? And
Yes, actually, let's get right into that. The auctioneer does approach you when you get escorted into the ballroom to collectively, and he is very apologetic. He says, "I am so sorry. Some of the items that you had won in the auction seem to have gone missing, as have several of our recently hired staff. We suspect."
oh,
We have reason to suspect that they may have ran off with your goods.
Well, that's unfortunate. I will be taking a discount on the purchase of the jewelry box then.
Yes, I believe that would be a fair compensation. We will uh, deduct the vast majority of the promised price for the missing items from the jewelry box.
Thank you.
Mechanically speaking, I believe that actually make the jewelry box goddamn near free.
It's almost like I had a plan, Shock. It's almost like Geo gave me a bunch of money and I'm gonna lie to him about how much I spent and keep it all.
I mean, that is honestly fair and valid. I fully expected you to do something to save as much money of it, as much of it as you possibly could.
I'm a new mom. I gotta buy baby shit.
It's fucking snake. Don't have diapers for a snake.
How old is child? And like, I thought child was young man, really.
No, it's a fucking snake.
It's a baby snake.
Yeah, snake teen. Like.
I mean, it is a snake that can live for several centuries, so.
Yeah.
How do you
I'm a
define
teenage snake man.
Oh dear Christ! What would you be for that thing?
Oh, you're gonna have to come up with that one, buddy. You didn't think about this.
No, I did not. No.
Oh, the
I
drawer
did
is
not.
opening. Hey, second time.
I did not think this. They aren't paying us for a brand.
Uh-huh. Also, technically, I don't think you're allowed to do that for the TOS anymore. I don't remember.
This is a 18+ stream. Everybody on stream is over the legal drinking age for where it's being streamed from. So, it is perfectly fine by TOS.
Excellent. I wasn't sure of the rules anymore. That switch be weird. Anyway. Cool.
We cannot advocate directly, though. I'll grant you that. For obvious reasons, we can't tell people to go out and drink. This is a PSA for everyone. Drink responsibly, or don't drink at all.
There you go. The super secret room. Fuck.
It's the secret room that's inside the other secret room.
Cool. So the jewelry box gets out. I think Dolph and Oscar probably take the jewelry box out to the car. Is Alden still there?
Yes, Alden did rent a couple of items, some books, and he collects his stuff and has some of his own staff carried out to various vehicles and whatnot, while he mingles with the rest of the crowd. Do you want to approach?
Yeah, I haven't actually met him yet.
Alright, so Alden is in good spirits and good mood as he is chatting, gossiping, and shooting the breeze with various other local upper crust. Let's go with upper crust, yeah. As you approach, he does kind of like wind down a particular conversation, like he's telling you an anecdote. There's some laughter and whatnot, but his attention does turn to you as soon as you're in easy conversation reach. And he says, "Oh, why, hello there. I don't believe we've met. I'm Professor Alden of the Miskatonic University, and I was, I guess, a good friend of the late Mr. Claremont. What brings you to this auspicious occasion?"
You haven't been in New Orleans long, as I understand it.
I've come and gone in the past year or so. Haven't stayed long. I had some obligations. I do intend to stick around for a while. And there's a bit of a archaeological expedition that I'm trying to set up. We'll be setting sail from here for it.
Interesting. Tiffany Streich, and she'll shake his hand.
I believe a bit of your reputation precedes you. You seem to be a rather prolific contractor, I believe, would be the best term for it in the local area.
I'm glad it does. So I understand that you've had certain things go missing yourself.
I'm afraid so. I was a part of the team to hire some of the individuals who helped out this evening. However, it seems my picks were less than reliable. Shane
I heard about the theft at the hotel.
Oh, you even heard about that? That is rather surprising.
I'm very well connected.
I see.
Should I be drifted over and be listening to this?
If you are so,
I was hoping you would be.
If you are
And
so,
can I make a psychology check against Professor Olden?
yes, you can.
Thank you, Shock. Well, that was a fail, but I'm gonna use my cat roll to succeed.
Immediately enact the cat roll. Yeah.
Enact the cat roll. You did all see her roll it. She was up here on the laptop.
Mm-hmm.
You did do it.
So yeah, that would be a 31. Thanks, baby. 31 to do a read on him.
All right. So he is.
Actually, wait. Would I get more if I burnt some luck to make it below my half?
Yes, you would get a little bit more.
Then I will do that.
Okay.
What is your luck at?
My lucks, I've used like 12 luck, so I have like 40 luck left.
Okay,
and I'm
cool.
only using like
Just
8.
checking. Because I don't have a lot, so I'm like, somebody's got to have some.
I mean, there's not too much left in tonight's session, so don't
That's
worry
true.
too much. But yes, from what you gather, Alden does seem a bit agitated as being reminded about the odor theft, and he is a bit suspicious of Tiffany for bringing it up. You have reason to believe that he suspected that wasn't really public knowledge and had not gotten out. So he's wondering how Tiff even knows.
Does he ask me?
He does not. But he
I
was
did hear.
How agitated does he seem about the more recent thefts? Did he also steal his own shit?
No, we stole his shit.
Oh, you got all of his shit. Okay. I was wondering if I was just picturing multiple people going in there like a Scooby-Doo shit.
Honestly. No.
Oh, trust me, I have done that in past campaigns. I have had a Rube Goldberg of stealing shit happen before.
So did it
yeah.
happen in this campaign?
No, it did not happen.
No, it wasn't us.
Just double checking.
So yeah, I think if Tiff sees that like cross his face of like the obvious wonder about how she knows, she'll just say, "Hotel staff talk."
I see.
Hotel residents talk, even if no one's really quite aware that they still live there.
Well, now that is a interesting thing to keep in mind. But seeing that you are so well connected and so well spoken of, I have a few openings in my usual staff that has recently came up, and I could really use some extra hands for this expedition of mine in a few months. Do you know of anybody who might be interested in such an endeavor?
Where are you going?
Well, we do believe that there are a few ruins of interest out on the islands in the Gulf. And if our suspicion is correct, they may lead us to further ruins further out. So it is a rather variable situation.
Well, I have someone in mind, but I'm not sure that you, with your reputation, Would appreciate the help.
Can I have continued to read him on that same roll, or do
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to roll again?
Yeah, you can read him on that same roll. He is being more or less genuine that yes, he is trying to set up an expedition going out to some ruins on the islands within the Gulf of Mexico.
Does he think that this is gonna get them all killed? Because he's like, I'm suspicious of you. How about a job?
He is aware that there is some level of danger, but he seems to be too confident to suspect that anybody is going to die on his watch.
Okay, and one more question. Has he come back to the Ladies Occult Society meetings as he's been in and out of town?
I don't think he's ever been to one.
No, he has never been to one.
Okay, because I know we tried to set up a meeting. I'm not sure if it went through.
Yeah.
But, well, Dot's making herself inconspicuous, so I won't let in at this point.
Yeah.
But now, if they are capable of doing quality work and are accepting of good pay, I have no reason why I shouldn't be able to work with them.
Well, then I will need more than the vagaries you've just given me.
I have recently come into possession of some maps that point to a chain of islands that may or may not be within the boundaries of the Bermuda area that are home to some interesting ruins of a bygone era. I believe that exploration of these ruins will reveal some very key details about not only the native population to our great lands, but of civilization as a greater whole, and may lead to further ruins elsewhere in the Atlantic.
Interesting.
Is Atlantis?
I was about to say I didn't peg you for one that would believe in Atlantis.
No, Atlantis has clearly been proven to be just a fiction written by some Greeks who are trying to expound upon their name. No. There are other civilizations that predate even them that I believe we may find evidence of. For example,
This is Kaylee talking now. What about the sea people, Shock? The sea people!
Was about to bring them up!
The fish people? I want to fuck a fish man.
No! I'm gonna go into my corner and cry an archaeologist.
Look. You said sea people. Like, what else are you supposed to mean?
Anyway.
So, Alden's going to
wanna know.
continue his speech and I answer your question, Elsie, which is...
Yeah.
So, are you familiar with the concept of the sea people?
No, I only know the fishmen.
Yeah, Tiff probably is, though.
So, as a quick recap, the sea people were the ones accredited to the fall of the Bronze Era empires of both Egypt and Greece, as well as several other in that vicinity. Their documentation doesn't quite make it clear where the sea people came from or where they went after the fall of the Bronze Era empires.
Yeah.
I do suspect that these ruins may shed some light on that issue.
Interesting. Out in the Atlantic.
Of course.
Or on the Gulf side.
Yes, I mean, we already have evidence that, as much as we like to claim it, Mr. Columbus was not the first European on these great nations. Who's to say that some didn't sail from the other side first?
Interesting, you think this nation is great.
Not in the background.
I mean, how could it not be? It managed to defeat the greatest naval power of its time as a fledgling colony to win its own independence.
Well, people I'm close to may have disagreements on how great. But anyway,
I will grant you, greatness does not equal kindness.
no. Nor does the spreading of smallpox to innocent populations, marching them across the country, etc. But I digress. And I think she's making it very clear now, like, with those references, she knows she's making it very clear to him, I think, and I think he's probably intelligent enough to clock it, that the person she's close to is someone he knows.
I see you are a rather learned individual with a notable favor towards the native populations.
Quite close.
I'm hoping not too close. But I am still
Well, now
willing-
that would be information you are not privy to, sir. How dare you ask a lady?
My apologies. I did not mean to insinuate anything of the sort.
I almost
Yes,
feel
you
like I
did.
need to roll a saving throw of some sort. Keep a straight face in the background.
Now, your plans for terrorizing the people in this house so that you recoup all the money and the property. If we're going to be honest.
I mean, if they were so interested, increasing the price just a little bit was no harm, no foul.
What do you plan to do to them?
What do you mean? I intend to do nothing to the individuals who win this house. They want it fair and square.
What did Claremont have set up before he died?
I was not privy to all of Claremont's business. What he had set up here is of his own design, if he so set up anything at all.
Alright. I'd be careful. The person I have in mind is now going to be sharing this house for a week. You may not want to upset a potential contractor, as you put it.
I see. I will endeavor to make sure that your contractor and I can have a very amiable relationship.
Alright. It was nice to meet you, Dr. Alden.
The feeling is mutual, Miss Streich.
I'm sure it is. By the way, do not come out to Hanville. You are not yet welcome.
He has a bit of a odd, questioning face at that, but he lets the comment stand.
I will turn around and go walk over to Dot.
You got my sign. This is I want to talk.
Yeah, no, I got it. I was coming over anyway. I actually missed the fan language because I wasn't looking at it. But yeah, I will walk over. Be careful. The old man set a lot of traps.
Oh, yes. He's also very suspicious of you, Miss Streich.
On purpose. Eyes on
He
me
doesn't-
means fewer eyes on you and Hetty.
We do appreciate it. And I do thank you for the loan of your brother.
Was he helpful?
Oh, yes. You know what they say. This is anyone around listening?
No, most people are either
Okay.
talking amongst themselves or with the staff to get their purchases taken care of.
Is Alden watching?
Not actively.
Okay. Tiffany's like keeping like a standoffish, we don't get along distance.
Yeah,
Between-
same. Dot is very much. I'm looking down at this language of
Anyway,
Which means, for those walking around home, I wish to get rid of you.
yeah. So yeah, just
And Dot's. Oh yes, he was incredibly helpful with with that large burden that had to be carried away.
oh good.
I asked him to make sure that nothing stirred.
I'll make sure it doesn't.
I would.
You didn't happen to see Pip on her way out, did you?
No, but I asked Hattie to take her to the house so she can stay there.
All right.
I figure
Chuck,
I will
have
this.
I seen Timothy?
You have not seen Timothy this entire evening.
Okay. Cool. I'll head out then.
All right. Well, I would love to give you a tour of the house once I'm better acquainted.
Survive the week, Dot.
Hmm?
Survive the week.
Charming. Well, of course, Hattie is being
I'll show up. I'll show up if Hattie calls for help. And I'm walking away.
Hattie is the glue that keeps this group together.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Dot will open her fan and fan herself a little angrily. Mostly as a show, though.
I do want to take one last look around the house as I'm going to make sure that I didn't miss anybody of interest who showed up to this fucking auction.
And Dot, oh yeah,
if I find Timothy, that's great. If I don't, I just want eyes on people.
So are both the zombies probably gone? Have we seen...
They're dead out in the backyard.
Now,
For
if they
real?
remain dead or not is a different story, but they are in fact dead in the backyard.
Alright. So, do I need to roll a spot hidden? What do I gotta roll, Shock? I just want to see if anybody else of annoyance showed up.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, give me a spot hidden.
And then I think I do want Dot to go and introduce herself to Professor Olden.
I am burning luck to... Oh shit, do I want to get it to my half to make that happen? Fuck it, we ball. I'm burning 24 luck to
I have yet to regret
to get to
making-
16.
I have yet to regret making luck reset every session.
Who?
Yeah,
I'm just looking to see if anybody is there. Anyone. I want to make sure that I clock anybody who could be there. Timothy, I don't really even fucking care about. I just want to make sure we don't have any other players on the board because I know Shock. We had a 5-way god fight 2 sessions ago.
Alright, so with your half spot hidden, half score success spot hidden, you do see a few, I guess the best way of putting it would be stereotypical government types. Barely fitted suits, simple colors, simple design. Like they're trying to stay inconspicuous, but they have that rigid militaristic stance to them that just screams, I have governmental authority and I'm not afraid to use it. Mingled throughout the crowd. Like there's not many of them, but there's enough to give you some level of worry.
And anybody else?
There's a couple of other points of interest in the crowd. There's a couple that are dressed in an aristocratic but dated style. Like it would be better suited for a European court than an American estate auction kind of dress.
A little pale, got pointy teeth.
A little bit pale, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Tiffany will give them the stink eye.
And then there is one individual who, unlike everyone else who seems to be at least dressed up for the occasion, who seems to fit in to some degree of eccentricity, there is this one individual who looks like a vagabond. Like he just hopped off of a train that he's been riding for the past week to get here. Shabby clothes, patchwork, wrinkles everywhere, scruffy beard. Looks
I
like he
won't
has.
go talk to that one.
Yes.
Aren't y'all proud of me avoiding the vampires?
You gotta kiss the vampire.
I will later. I want to go talk to the vagabond.
So you stop the apparent vagabond before he leaves out of the auction. As you get close, you can even spot that there's a few bottles of unopened wines tucked away in his shirt. And he gives you a polite smile. And it's like, hi, well, hello, miss. Can I help you?
Did you get your hands on the good shit?
Yeah, I got my hands on the good shit.
Good for you. Tiffany reaches a hand out.
Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It's just Robert. No last name.
Alright. Well, I believe that. Where are you heading, Robert?
I head wherever the wind takes me.
I will pull out a business card that has one of the Streich warehouse addresses on it. And hand it to him and say, tell them Tiffany sent you. We always need people with light fingers.
So he holds the card in like two fingers, so he just looks at it, and then with the subtlest of flips, the card disappears. Light fingers, you say? I think
Very light. And talented, too.
Alright.
We do love injecting little magic in the world. And she'll wink at him with the fully black eye. Like...
How many boyfriends does Tiffany need?
Flirting with him? Well, okay, I'm flirting with him, but like... It's what she does.
Alright. Well, it has been a while since I've done any real magic, but I'm fairly sure a lass like you and your operation could use my talents effectively.
Excellent. And don't mind the giant raven. And she'll just walk to her car.
As you walk away, he just shrugs and says, I was more worried about the giant snake, but okay.
That will make her turn around. Don't worry, he's well in hand. What is his reaction to that?
Oh, he has a big old smile.
Where are you from, Robert?
Now that is
Originally.
that is a very interesting question. Originally. Let's see. Originally. What name does it go by now? Greece? Yes, Greece.
So I take it you know Adahe.
I believe I met him in the past a couple of times.
Here to cause problems, Robert?
Not for me.
Question, would you, Shock, would you say this individual is no one of consequence?
Nobody?
Yeah.
No. He wouldn't claim to be nobody of consequence.
So not someone to keep an eye on?
Right, yeah. Anyway. We're outside, and I'm just like, we had some Mediterranean visitors just a few months ago. Did not go very well for them, their visit.
Yes, the Southerners. Don't worry, they're always a rowdy bunch.
Well, again, hospitality and all that.
I mean, it is the way of the gods to be hospitable.
It is. Don't overstep on mine. Please.
Of course.
Oh, from the guest in what is now my house.
But yes, for your very generous offer of work and hospitality.
Room and board, of course.
Oh, room and board. That is even better. I am willing to trade favors for favors. If you ever need my more esoteric help for anything, feel free to ask.
Pardon me, but I'll ask right now. You notice the professorial type in there?
Yes. Mr. Alden. What of him and his expedition?
Fond of him at all?
I tend to avoid him and his college. They tend to poke their noses in things they barely understand.
They've poked their noses into my business. I'd like to cut it off.
Oh, feel free to do so. They'll never learn their lesson. They know way too many tricks to regrow it.
How about this? Truly upset them. The two ladies who will be moving into this house. You mind for room and board and work? Helping them maintain ownership.
I mean, if they don't mind having a roommate, I could easily see myself sticking around. Room, board, say $5 a day of pay. Not too much, just enough to keep me fed and clothed.
I think she'll walk over and hand him $50.
That is more than a week, but alright, thank you.
And she'll scribble a note on the back of the card and say, find the Lady Dorothy in there. Give her the card. And Dot, if and when he does give it to you, it says, hired help for the week.
I am so incredibly charmed to make your acquaintance, mister.
It's a pleasure to be here. You can call me Robert, and I believe you go by Dorothy, or
Call me. I'm Mrs. Dorothy. I forgot my last name for a second. Mrs. Dorothy, darling, but most people call me Dot.
Well, Dot, it is a pleasure to be working alongside you for the next week in May. I am a bit of a handyman of sorts. If there's a job you need me to do around the house, feel free to ask.
Sorry, that was a Kaylee facial expression of 100% fucking Hermes. No offense. I'm literally looking over at the statue of Hermes on my altar.
I'm really
No
not
offense.
sure it is.
Thief, multiple, or sounds pretty Hermes-ish to me. But Dot doesn't know that. Can I get a read on him?
I mean, you can roll psychology to try to get a read on him.
That was
This is
the
the guy-
most qualified statement I've ever heard you say, Shock. So
This is the guy who looks like he got off a train.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm with Kaylee on this one. God of travel,
got-
God of trickery, God of fucking free, yeah.
I got motherfucking 2.
Yo, make that a critical success, baby. Bestie,
Let's
use that luck.
go.
Yeah,
Use that luck.
I will show you a picture of the die. It's a 00 on the 10s and a 2 on the 1s.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. All right. So he is genuinely happy to be working with you. Like, full stop. He's not trying to hide his enthusiasm and any of that. Like, that's all 100% genuine. And yes, he does strongly give off the idea of he knows far more than what he will ever say. However, he does not seem to be trying to hide anything. He's trying to be as much of an open book as possible.
I guess on that critical success, is this fucking Hermes?
No.
I've got a straight answer. I'm just gonna sit here and process that. Cool. Okay. A most interesting gentleman. Do you have any belongings you need to fetch?
I am a proponent of traveling light, and I carry every worldly possession of mine on my person.
Well, that is quite charming. Would you care, I'm still, of course, in the middle of settling this affair. Would you care to go out and bring us back some dinner? For 3.
Of course. Any preferences?
No. Whatever you think.
What is
Make
he-
it something you're comfortable with as a welcome gift.
What does he look like again, Shock?
Middle-aged, Central European, very standard, like charming smile, decent
Eye color.
green.
Alright, thank you.
Are you already getting Kuma to just sketch this guy
Nope.
up?
No, I'm trying to, it's, you know your little fucking whatever you call it? And I've talked about some shit a lot. And I'm just making sure in my head that it's not that. I don't have this, I don't have it. Can't do it. I don't have the space in my deck, like, I love dodecahedron for this person, if it is this person, and I don't think it is. It's okay.
You're the nexus of it. That doesn't mean you're the only node.
I'm just saying. Shock.
Look, this is an ex of Ada Hayes, is what Tiffany is thinking. Truly is
That'd be
what's
really
going
funny.
through her mind.
That'd be really
That'd
funny
be
if it was.
really funny.
Be a little silly.
Yeah, like everyone thinks, we think that Tiff has a really like wild and messed up endgame, but it's just really date everyone, literally everyone, immortally dating everyone.
I can't even argue with that. Like,
All right. So yes, he makes a mention of knowing a lovely couple who makes some excellent gumbo, and he'll be right back.
Thank you. I assume you'll be fine without a car. Mine is currently gone.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find my own way. I won't be too long.
is that
Gator.
couple a certain Baron and his wife?
Can I get do I get anything on that crit on who the fuck this guy really is?
He's just Robert.
Okay, Shock. I try to be nice. I try to be kind. Fuck you.
But yes.
I'm done. I assume I'm signing paperwork and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The end of this particular session is going to be a bit quick. Yeah. There's not a lot of fanfare. The cliffhanger is a bit mild. They're signing of paperwork, the handing over of keys, the explanation that yes, you can have as many people join you as you would like here inside for the next week, but you must remain on the grounds for the week to qualify as a victory.
Okay, so that I can stay, so I can leave the house. I just have to remain on the grounds.
Yes.
On the 40 acres. Okay. And one last question: do I know the spooks around here?
You know that they were
spooks?
there. You do not know them by name.
Okay, but they're my spooks.
Yes, they are. They are federal spooks.
Okay.
They are your spooks.
Federal
Big.
spooks.
You can have private spooks. Private
I
spooks
just
are a
think
thing.
the term
Pinkertons.
federal spooks is just really funny. Fucking Pinkerton.
No,
Yeah,
no. Pinkertons
I would
are
just
way
like to
too
say that fuck
overt
the
to be
Pinkertons.
spooks.
Yeah, now the Pinkertons are. I'm sorry, the Pinkertons are still busy breaking strikes right now.
Yeah, classy as always.
Look, that's where they made their money originally. That's what they're going to keep doing.
Yeah, so fuck the Pinkertons in the past, fuck the Pinkertons in the present,
And fuck the Pinkertons in the future.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right. So this is where we're going to wrap it up for the evening. I hope everybody had fun. We're going to go ahead and go through our outros. And I don't think we have anybody set up right on. Somebody can give me something real quick. But
Entropy Emporium.
Entropy important. Okay, that's an option.
That's
All right.
buddy.
So while I'm setting that up, Elsie, why don't you get us started on the outros real quick?
I gotta pull up my calendar. Okay, hi. As I do that, I'm Elsie, your resident menace. I got the most kisses this episode, and I think that's honestly, a win on my part. Happy birthday to all. Google Calendars does a little birthday thing in the corner with like little balloons
Yeah,
and confetti.
happy birthday, Elsie!
Thank
I
you.
thank you for such a great session. I'm sorry you didn't get more time to shine in this, but
What? I got plenty. I'm good. I'm
we
good.
had,
I got
I had a lot of fun. Thank you for spending your birthday with us.
I am happy to be here. Oh my god, that's 2023. This is a year behind. Anyways, so I really do appreciate you guys for having this accidentally on my birthday. It's a great way to wrap up this year of playing TTRPGs because this was the first one that I really got involved in. And it's been a really great year and a really great birthday. So where can you find me? You can find me on Monday and every alternating Monday after that on the Lost Caravan for, we call it Hell's Gate now. It's season 2 of our Lancer campaign, where we have been promised a lot of stipulations involving having to get rid of systems to make room for propulsion jets, or else you have to be slowed every round. So that's where we're going on that one. It's going to be really great, really hectic, a lot of trauma we have to unpack after the beach episode. And then after that, you can find me a little bit of a gap. Oh my gosh, it would help if I didn't have 2 schedules up on here. We have Gay Camp on the 13th, Honey Heist on the 14th, and Girl by Moonlight on the 16th. Honey Heist and Girl by Moonlight are on the Lost Caravan, and Camp is here. And then Demigods on the 27th, back on the Lost Caravan. Super excited to play that game. Gonna live my life, 12-year-old fantasy of being a demigod, and I'm so excited about that. And then the 28th, the finally well-awaited, at least for the cast, Recall Week scheduled for our Lancer game. We're gonna combine the Nova cast and the Min from Dustgrave together, and then characters from the prior Lancer campaign on the Lost Caravan with Turk and James. And it's gonna be really chaotic. It's gonna be really chaotic because about 3/5 of this cast doesn't know how to chill, and that's it. That's the game. And yeah, that's it for me this month. And King's Gambit. I am off on the King's Gambit day for once in my life, so that's here. That's it.
I mean, anybody willing to take next? No rush.
I can go. I will be off tomorrow, but I will be here, or not here. I will be over on Sin's channel on Monday for Queensgate. It's the launch of Sin's new system that they wrote. I'm excited. The cast is stacked. We're gonna have so much fun. That's Monday night, and then I will be on Lost Caravan for Honey Heist with LC on the 14th. On the 22nd, I am going to be joining the table for Redacted, which is JD's game over on Live from the Apocalypse, here for King's Gambit, my beloved. And then the 26th, I will be mech findering over on Lost Caravan, and then back here. So, that's me.
Don't rush to volunteer before I have to popcorn. No.
But I don't have all of my dates. I have stuff coming up, but I don't have the dates that they're coming up.
I mean, there's King's Gambit, Breaking Neon. Those days don't change very often.
Yeah, I do have King's Gambit and Breaking Neon on this channel. I believe that King's Gambit is on Breaking Neon's on the 18th, according to this calendar.
King's Gambit's the 24th.
And King's Gambit is the 24th. I have other things, but I don't have the dates for them. And I have my last episode of Autumn coming up on, I believe it's the 12th. And I'm doing a 1 month long game on Nerds with Dice on Tuesdays this month, a Monster of the Week game. So that's every Tuesday this month for our Nerds with Dice. I'm really awkward at this, sorry. Pretend I was really eloquent, all of you. Please.
Look, outros are an art form that not all of us have mastered. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Mine are a hot mess every time I do it.
You're great at it.
I just ramble and get my dates mixed up. You're fine. That leaves Kaylee, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. All right. Hi, Kaylee, the Gnome Barbarian. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky as the Gnome Barbarian. I think. Fuck. Yeah, you're doing great. You were great, Janie. Something. I'm not in any streams coming up. I should probably fix that. So if you know something, hit me up. But I am looking for playtesters for my new TTRPG, which is about cheese. So DM me if you want in on that. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Okay. And I have been your keeper for this evening, Shockpoint Failure. You can find me on Blue Sky at Shockpoint Failure. Very easy. I try to keep everything straightforward. Or you can find me over on Twitter, because I refuse to call it anything but that until it dies in an unignorable fire, at Shockpoint622. But yes, next time you'll be able to catch me is when I stream right here on Twitch on my own channel every Monday and Wednesday, which is usually the plan. It does not always work out, I'll admit. Or the next time you'll be able to catch me tabletop-wise, which I believe will be King's Gambit over on the 18th, and then we are back again with Breaking Neon on the 24th.
Nope.
Did I get
Reverse
those mixed
it.
up? Reverse
Yep.
it? Thank
Yep.
you.